Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Matt, and this is Mycrazypodcast, episode 25. We actually made it to 25 episodes. Who are you?
Goddamn.
Distracted. Your ear's crooked. Dusty B.
JT.
And I'm Matt for redundancy's sake. I know, I do that all the time. Because it's weird hearing you guys in here. Whatever. If you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe and like the thumbs up the video down below. Leave a comment about the topics we're going to talk about. And we're going to lead this episode with something I'm excited about. Something I've been waiting for since they canceled the show. They're finally bringing back the animated series, Star Wars Clone Wars.
We should make the first podcast that has sign language.
I would fail horribly at that.
That makes somebody who has,
but that is completely off fucking topic
podcast.
Right now.
No, but people who are deaf, podcasts are irrelevant to them. Anyway.
Yeah, generally, and they can't Yeah, if you think about it, you can't.
It's a whole untapped market.
It'd have to be strictly video. It wouldn't be on iTunes.
No, yeah, well, duh.
That's
it's an untapped market.
It's an untapped market. We could go for it. But
alright, I guess we'll look into it.
Let's get back to Clone
Yes,
Wars.
please. Can we get back to the things that be, Joshua?
C. A. C.
So let's get back to the story of what happened with Clone Wars. So
time here.
So Clone Wars was an 3D animated series made by
Good show.
Great show.
Fire show.
Loved it. I believe it went 5 seasons. Then it got canceled
because of
Lucasfilm. Disney.
No, because there was fighting.
Well, no, because Disney bought Lucasfilm.
They crossed to the dark side.
And Lucasfilm, honestly, what Lucasfilm did as soon as Disney bought them, they're like, let's forget about the prequels for right now. Well, for right now. They're like, let's completely forget about the prequels. Like, you could even, they're marketing for episode 7. They're like, this takes us back to 1977. Like, that was their complete marketing. They wanted to forget about the prequels.
Do you think Clone Wars is actually going to be good?
I think it's fire.
I think it's gonna be phenomenal. And as someone who's been hating on Star Wars,
I love the Clone
this
Wars.
whole
I remember.
series.
I didn't even hear about this.
The Clone Wars makes the prequels make sense.
Yes.
It's phenomenal.
It does.
And I love it has some of the richest characters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
And here's what happened. It got canceled. Netflix bought the 6th season, which was already done, but they didn't want to air it because Disney wanted to go a different direction. But the fans were like, please give it to us. And actually, these past couple months, they've had season 7 in development since before it was canceled. They were even at the point where they're doing rough animation, where Disney's been releasing on StarWars.com the rough animations for season 7 before.
Wow. So it's just picking up right after.
Yeah. So
you have the same voice actors and all that.
Yeah.
How?
I think they're switching up the story a little bit because now they have Ahsoka coming back. And they have
hell yeah, she's the best character.
They have that with the whole marketing. The whole marketing was Anakin coming in and he's like, Rex, why are you having us come back here after all this time? And then all of a sudden you see Ahsoka and she turns around and she's like, Master. And people are memeing that because Anakin's not a master, he's a knight. Because episode 3, that's what makes him go over the edge. And then she calls him Master. That's a side note, but yeah, it's coming back. I'm excited. They've been teasing it. They've been kind of teasing it for a little bit.
Wait a minute.
And some of the shots actually are the finished renders from the early animation.
So you're telling me that the Clone Wars doesn't end with him becoming the start of 3?
Well, that's what they say it is. It's gonna end. It alludes that it's gonna end leading up to the battle that starts in episode 3, because episode 3 starts with them literally a space battle in the atmosphere of Coruscant. So it sounds like it's going to lead to that.
Wild.
I'm excited.
Wild. It's so wild.
I'm glad Disney came back to it because I feel like the only reason they canceled it wasn't because of views or anything like that.
It's because of views.
It was because of prequel. They want to separate from the prequels.
You know what it was? Club Penguin.
No, they want
around the same time.
No, honestly, they want to separate from the prequels.
What time did it get canceled? What year?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm serious. What year did it get canceled?
It got canceled the year that they bought Lucasfilm.
God damn it! What year was that?
2012, 2013, around that time.
Just right around when they focused all their money toward Club Penguin.
No,
I'm serious.
It's because it was prequels and because George ran that show pretty much. They wanted to separate themselves from George Lucas.
I'm sorry. Run that back to me again, Josh.
He's not trying to make
I read
sense.
the other day Disney owned all of the biggest 4 MMOs on the internet in the early days. They had Pirates of the Caribbean Online. They had Club Penguin. They had Toontown.
That's cool.
And they also had some like Pixie shit.
That's cool, but you guess what was the #1 MMO in 2000s?
World Board of Craft.
Yeah, you don't even need. Yeah, I don't even need to Google
It's a no-brainer.
it. It's not. It's like
It's a no-brainer.
But it's not as good as Club Penguin.
yeah.
Penguin
What
was
does that
the
have to do with
pinnacle.
Star Wars?
That's what killed Star Wars.
No, they
Clone
don't. They
Wars.
want to separate from George and the prequels.
No, they were putting too much money into the Penguins.
What it's really all about is what's canon.
Well, no,
The Penguins are canon.
They
Trust
kept
me.
Clone Wars as
Clone
canon.
Wars is canon.
They kept it as canon, but
That's
they just,
why it's continuing.
yeah,
fucking guy.
they just didn't want to keep. That was George's baby. They didn't want. They want to keep George's baby there.
They should kill George.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
horrible.
Let's move on to the next topic.
Yes,
Abort his
please.
baby.
He's not taking this topic seriously at all.
Not at all.
He hates Star Wars.
Yo, that was really evil.
So let's move
I
on.
like George Lucas. Don't kill him, guys.
You know, he's the reason why we're able to do this, honestly.
Why?
Because he advanced digital filmmaking to the point where it's actually at the point it is.
And now y'all learn to listen.
Like,
I was baiting you.
There were others involved.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that too.
no.
Come on, man. That's like Thomas Edison invented the light bulb.
That motherfucker
JK.
stole that shit.
No, yeah, no, he
Just
didn't invent
kidding.
it, but he was the pioneer of it. Like he brought the people in, like he built the team to build the softwares and then sold it all.
Jurassic
and then
Park.
He went
Terminator.
he went to Sony. He did the VFX for Terminator. His company did it.
His company.
Yeah,
didn't
but
do
he
it alone.
yeah, but he funded it. He pushed it.
It's easy to have money, bro. That's all I'm saying.
No, but he put in the right
just
thing. He
because
pushed the
McDonald's
vision.
started the fish fillet doesn't mean that Burger King and Wendy's don't have one now.
And even like shooting digitally, Star Wars episode. Star Wars.
Getting better. Get
I am
closer.
making
Get
such
such
bad
I was like, I don't know what reference that was, but I'm just gonna nod at you.
It's the filet of fish.
Star Wars Episode 2 was the first movie shot digitally. That's Josh's computer restarting, guys.
Everybody
Fuck
needs
yeah.
to clap. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
that thing's taking.
It's still alive, folks.
It's still alive.
Saved it.
Yo,
from
but-
the brink of destruction.
Fuck
Being a dick.
Apple.
Like if people at the time
Deadass.
were like, digital, what is that? Why are you shooting digital? And he pushed that. And no, he didn't make the camera, but he went to Sony at the time. He wanted to do it for the
It
Phantom
would have
Menace.
caught on either way.
I don't think so.
Yeah, would have.
I don't think it would have caught on as fast.
What?
Nearly as fast.
I don't know if I agree
What?
with that, man.
Who was the visual effects company that pushed all the stuff? ILM. Without
Pixar.
him, who owned Pixar?
Disney.
George Lucas. George Lucas founded Pixar
Science.
with
And you learned another
not
thing,
the
guys.
Pixar not the Pixar
Another
company we
baiting.
know today. The Pixar company we know today was founded by Steve Jobs. And
But hold up. Let's go back to the base. If we're gonna argue this, Star Wars is a stolen job. If we, like.
wait, what do you mean?
All right.
Dun.
First
boy,
off, he
Jesus
wanted to
Christ,
get
look
the
at
rights
that
to Flash
face, he's
Gordon, and
getting
they were
serious.
like, "Nah, pause, stop, bruh. You ain't getting shit." And he was like, "Fuck. Well, how am I gonna make this then? I wanted
Then he
Flash
created
Gordon
something
rights
or-
type deal." So he said, "Let me steal from motherfuckers.
And he created
Flash
something
Gordon
original.
and Space Pirates of the 21st Century, or where the fuck it's called." And he ripped those up, and bam, Star Wars was born.
Yeah.
That's literally what he did. He stole just the best parts of two movies and slammed them all together.
Well,
and
no,
said,
man,
montage,
that's everything.
No,
70s hardcore.
no, he was
Let's go.
inspired. He was inspired by. He was also inspired by
everything.
samurai movies. He was inspired by cowboy movies. Same way Indiana Jones was inspired by all the adventure movies that he grew up on.
It's beyond
Yeah.
inspired. It's a carbon copy.
I don't think so.
Copy.
Inspiration is different
disagree.
from a
I
carbon
disagree.
copy.
As someone who's watched Flash Gordon and Star Wars, I disagree.
I
I
disagree.
can't break it down
I'll
in
tell
this
you one
episode. We
thing.
would literally have to have like a whole episode on this
I mean,
shit.
me
I
say
know
this.
I know he took the scroll.
No, but I'll go into detail
Yeah,
and
no,
break it
I
down.
don't
like,
agree with you for
like
the
I'll go
simple
biblically
facts.
status if you want to argue it.
I feel like that's like the argument that PUBG took. That PUBG
it's the
owns
Fortnite.
like the
It's the same
Fortnite
conversation.
argument. Like,
Those are two different
like,
games.
While Flash Gordon at the before Star Wars was the pinnacle for that genre, but then Star Wars just exceeded that genre. They took the best traits of that genre, the action adventure sci-fi genre that Flash Gordon did well. But then he also took stuff from samurai movies. He did like and they made
okay.
something new.
I'll give you the samurai.
So
movie,
here's
that
my
part.
thing too: is that listen, I wouldn't know what
I
Flash
would have touched
Gordon.
base on that.
I wouldn't know what Flash Gordon is unless my parents explained it to me.
How do you figure Queen? You don't listen to Queen?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I know the song Flash.
yeah.
But, like,
he's seen Ted.
Other than that,
That's the most he knows about Flash Gordon. He's
no,
seen
no,
Ted.
I've known that song forever.
That's terrible.
I've known that song forever, but honestly, like, unless I ask, like, or actually, I feel like my parents just told me about it. Cause what the fuck, bro? Why would I know about that? Why would I know about
I
that?
feel like every genre has tropes, And
why would I know about that? And then to even dilute it even more, what the fuck is 21st century space pirates? Or whatever you said. What I don't know what that is.
I feel like it's
so to that agenda. I say, Star Wars clearly isn't just a ripoff because it's too huge to be one.
You need to catch up on your.
Why? Because you don't know about something.
I feel like
it's irrelevant because you don't know about something.
I feel like
because they didn't
to
last. Those mediums didn't last, man.
Maybe not in your lifetime, youngin.
Well,
that's not true. A subtle reference there is not the same
You're
level
gonna
of what
walk
Star
up to
Wars
it. Hold
is
on. You literally represent
You're talking about a
25-year-old and down, bro. If you
exactly.
ask,
the biggest generation in the world.
Yeah, I'm part of your generation, bro.
My point is
Welcome
that
to it.
Yeah, okay.
So it's
you're
still
missing
relevant to your generation. No, your point is this.
Oh, there's a flash flood warning. Damn.
That sucks.
Like how all our phones just went off at once.
I was like,
Here's
yo,
the
I
thing.
thought they were going to start like a
You're
horror
not the
movie or
majority
something.
of the world's population. There are literally
everything stops
so
recording.
many. There are like
All right, but what I'm arguing is
from
that
35 all the way
I think
up
a
to
Star Wars
100.
reference is infinitely more recognizable than a Flash Gordon or Pirates of the 21st Century reference will ever be. Ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ever.
Yeah.
And I think even back in the day, if those things both existed at the same time, were the same size, you know what I mean? Like, they're just Flash Gordon.
You're not
clearly,
thinking of all the
how
variables.
long was it around for?
You're not considering the
How many
variables.
years
You're not
compared
considering the variables.
Compared to Star Wars, though.
You're not considering the variables.
Yeah, George is a marketing genius. You got to.
He invented
That's my
merchandising
point.
rights.
You got.
So how are you gonna call something a ripoff when literally like it's so
merely-
much bigger than
No.
the world of Star Wars
Because
is
you're
so
not considering
expansive
the
that it
variables.
can't
Marketing, bro.
consist of just
Marketing alone was
rehash.
totally different.
But
And boom, now it's into your
But
brain.
that,
It's
like,
ingrained.
so I could honestly just be like though that Star Wars is really just Lord of the Rings. But
No, that's a little bit too
with
much of it.
space themes.
you just jumped far
it's
off
not
track,
that
bro.
much
That's a
of
leap and a
it's
half.
really not that much of a
I
leap,
feel like
though.
I get what you're saying, but I don't feel like it took story plots from directly
Bro,
from Flash
unlikely
Gordon.
hero saves
Again,
the day.
I would need time to argue it. You literally need episodes.
I don't think that it took anything that's specific to Flash Gordon that other people didn't do before Flash Gordon. In maybe other genres like the fantasy genre. So that's why I'm saying, like, I feel like he was obviously inspired by it. He even said he was inspired by it.
Well, everybody has to be inspired to some degree.
Yeah,
But there's a difference between inspiration and just. You know,
I almost feel like it's close. Yeah, I feel like it's a better argument if you said he tried to jack Star Trek because they're the same idea except
Yeah, would you say
one
Star Trek is
one is at
is a
war
rip-off?
and then one is the utopia of space. Same kind of idea, same time frame. Similar names, just one they're at war. The galaxy's at war. One the galaxy's
what about
trying to have
Battlestar
See,
Galactica?
I would argue if that was the case, that one would have inspired the other. But it didn't.
Wait a minute.
No.
I'm about to beat you all. What about Treasure Planet?
What about
What about
Treasure
Treasure
Planet?
Planet?
Fucking
That
space
came out
pirates.
way after. Like, I love Treasure Planet. That's one of my
I don't even know
favorite.
Yeah, but like that's
movies.
clearly a rip on something, man.
That's on
Treasure Island.
on Treasure Island. That's what it's based off of.
But we're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, it's completely.
I would
different.
say this that I don't
But
think it's a rip.
in correction,
I don't think it's a rip.
if no,
It's the
honestly,
point
no,
of
with
PUBG
Dustin,
thing.
the only way that's relevant is that Treasure Island actually just beats the age of Star Wars. That's
Yo, can I
that's
say
all.
something though?
So
But this dude didn't
technically-
even know Treasure Island, but that goes back to the same argument.
I know what Treasure
And Treasure
Island
Island
is.
so much more relevant.
What is this guy talking about?
But
I
if
know
you
what
guys
talking
Treasure
about your
Island is.
reference about Star Wars to fucking.
I know what Treasure Island. That's my point. Is that it's clearly a rip.
Have you guys seen the
So you
SpongeBob
can't.
porno?
But it's not the same thing. And so, bro, that's my point. Where I was saying that this is the PUBG fucking Fortnite thing. Are they the same game? Is it a rip? Kinda. But are they two completely separate entities?
As somebody who plays
Absolutely.
both, yes, they're separate, but
PUBG
but
is a
they're
half-broken
separate,
mess.
but in the
Fortnite
same,
is an actually
They have
good game.
niche differences.
fuck you.
It's broken. It's broken, bro.
I feel like they're both under a genre and they both share tropes from the genre.
PUBG is broken.
Exactly.
And they don't
That's
and
what
they
I
don't
think.
fix it.
Exactly.
Game developers
Thank you,
are too busy
Matthew.
trying
Y'all
to.
tell us what you think.
Yeah, but
Look into
Please
this shit.
do.
I'm serious.
And by the way,
we have
if
something
you
else to argue about. Wait, no, finish your point. But
vote Jim if you're for PUBG.
All right. Okay. Next topic.
Vote Josh if you're for fuckboys.
Fortnite.
Fuck boys,
day.
fuck you.
All right, let's get to this next topic.
I mean, I played both. So
it's something I want to talk about. So, one of my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movies are the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and the director got fired from writing and directing the third movie, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, because of shitty joke tweets he made back in 2009, 2010. Pedophilia joke tweets they made back in 2009, 2010. And he got
That's
the
what
axe.
happens when you don't delete your Twitter and everything that you say before you actually get famous.
Well, my issue with this is...
Or have a big ass position.
That brings
like
up a whole nother fucking conversation in itself.
My issue with this is... It's very similar to the Roseanne situation, but there's a lot of key differences. Roseanne was kind of giving her opinion on politics, which she wasn't trying to tell a joke, and she was also being racist at the same time.
Facts.
Which I guess you can't justify pedophilia, but it was obvious by the context of those tweets he was trying to tell a joke. Not successfully, but he tried. And they're also 10 years ago. This wasn't last week. If that means anything. Like, I feel like people evolve.
You know what I want to say about that? I don't understand why motherfuckers who get to these positions don't delete their Twitter.
They're not thinking about it.
I know they're not thinking about it, but that's exactly what the issue is. Sorry, like, you made a bad joke. Dude, you don't want to see my fucking Facebook. You know what I mean? I had that shit when I was
Facts, dude.
fucking 16, 15.
Dude, that's why the past
You know what
year
I mean? So my thing is, like, there was a time where I posted Merry Christmas in a different way every day in December until Christmas. So at least one post a day. That was like, Merry Christmas, motherfucker. Like, something, like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I posted crazy shit all over my Facebook, and as soon as I get a good job, or I'm looking for a good job, that's not some bullshit, I will be deleting that shit permanently. Like, there will be a way, or I'm going to delete all the posts somehow. I'm going to figure out a way so that people cannot see that Facebook.
Here's how you do it. Here's how I've done it this past year. Facebook has this thing where it's like, here's what you've done over the past year on this day. And every day I just scroll through. I'm like, all right, all the dumb posts, delete. And I've been doing that for I've literally been doing that for 2 years. Because sometimes I don't know because I don't do it every day.
People gonna start looking at Maddie's old posts now.
Oh, see,
No,
for
I'm pretty clean at this
I
point.
don't even
Scroll
want to.
back,
I don't even
don't
want to
you?
deal with that hassle. I'm just gonna probably try to make it so that it's blocked.
Just deactivate
Nobody
it.
can see it.
Oh no, you can't. Don't do that. No, try to block it or whatever. Block
I
it.
deactivated it. There's a way you can delete it.
No, I think you have to blow Mark Zuckerberg to do that.
No, there's a way. There's a way. There's a way.
I think his wife's able to. That's
You
too
have
far.
to
That's too far. My bad, Mark.
You literally have to delete it,
Wow.
and then
Wow.
there's a way. I don't know. There's
Mr.
a way.
Zuckerberg, my bad. Don't
Mr. Zuckerberg.
don't send your shooters after me. He's probably got shooters. He's a billionaire.
He's
It's
a
not probably-
robot. He's a
Probably
He's a
robot.
reptilian.
He's an android.
Get it right.
Billionaires
Nah,
got shooters
He ain't
too.
one of me.
So what do you guys think about someone getting fired over their tweets? Well, yeah, I mean,
Acceptable.
you
I think if you're a public figure.
Yeah, man, you're in charge of kids movies, bro. You can't fucking be talking about that shit.
Guardians of the Galaxy isn't a kids movie. I don't think.
Yeah, kids watch it. Kids have it on their backpacks.
Kids watch porn, too. They're not supposed to, but they watch porn. I'm just saying.
Point exactly.
I was literally having this conversation
Listen,
on my job
so
today.
this is not a conversation of you can't blame the media because people shouldn't be filtering their kids to see this. He's making a joke about pedophilia. In any situation, it's probably not okay or appropriate,
Yeah.
right?
Facts.
So the fact
100%.
that
If you're a
he
stand-up.
has stuff that appeals to children, regardless of the moral conversation over media versus parenting, dude, that's what he knows what his market is. Disney knows what their market is. It's Disney, man. They know what their fucking market is.
No, I understand.
And they could say that, you know what I mean? But honestly, that's not true because you can bring your kids to see a movie.
No, I understand, but I guess where I see the difference is he did these.
Especially
Years-
there's never been a rated R Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I got you.
What
but-
is it? PG-13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
light.
But I guess where I give
Nah.
him the leniency is these tweets weren't even a week
Language
before.
wise, there's some language in it.
These tweets weren't even a week before he got hired. These were years. These were years before he even got hired.
10 years ago. But my point exactly goes back to then my other thing where I said, "Why did you delete that shit, bro?" Like, he's got to know that he tweeted dumb shit on there, man. You have to know. You have to know that, like, at some point, you said inappropriate things online.
I honestly don't think he ever saw it coming.
And that's the thing. He probably was like, oh, nobody's going to look that far back. But the thing is, it is 2018. And it's happened to other people before. So why is it not going to happen to you? It's just being ignorant.
Man,
that's what I feel
all that, bro. I'm just going to let it rock. If I ever hit it, and someone like wants to come at me for some old dumb shit, I'm like, yo, fuck yourself,
and listen,
bro.
But here's the thing: if you want to say that and you get fired, you can't be mad.
I'm not.
You know what I mean?
That's who I am, bro.
That's what you have to accept.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, the reason I'm asking is because as a fan, I'm disappointed. Although they did, from rumors, they're gonna get the guy who did Thor Ragnarok, Waititi, I think his name is.
It was actually pretty good in my opinion.
I honestly, Ragnarok was one of my favorite Marvel movies, so I think if anyone wants to take the helm from James Gunn, they got a good person in house.
What would you do if they just like threw it to like Tim Burton?
I wouldn't.
That'd be horrible.
That's terrible.
That'd be the worst idea that they could ever do.
All live action.
No, he would use CG.
Claymation.
No, he would
totally be claymation.
He would use CG, but he just doesn't know how to use CG. I don't like any of the CG movies.
He would have puppets combined with CG.
His puppet movies
like
I like.
The raccoon would be a puppet now.
No.
Oh my god.
But what's
like, this is noticeably downgrade, but no.
I guess why I give him leniency is because I see him as a comedy writer, and he was making just a bad joke. And I try to give when you're a comedy writer, you got to be able to push the boundaries to make jokes.
Absolutely.
So,
yes, but I get what you're saying. Blue's Clues was a comedian and then got on Blue's Clues and was like, he wouldn't be able to get that job if he had made those jokes beforehand. You know
you're right, but I don't think he ever saw this demographic. We have a point. He should have deleted it.
Everybody's funny on Twitter.
He should have deleted it. And Disney is a family-friendly company. I'm just a little disappointed as a fan, and the cast is disappointed. All the cast is like, this kind of sucks.
I find it hilarious that they consider themselves a family company, but they own Vice.
They don't own Vice.
They were trying to acquire Vice, rather.
They just bought Fox, or trying to buy Fox.
Man, I'm pretty sure Disney owns Vice. I was reading that the other day.
I know they were trying to acquire it for a while.
Me and my sister were just piecing together the digital conglomerates.
No, what's it called? Apparently, I forget his name, but he still owns a majority. But Disney's been trying to get pieces. They own a good percentage of it, but they're trying to get the rest. It's I have nothing against Disney. I get why they did it. It's just a little disappointing. And
that they would buy it.
Yeah, Disney owns 1/5 of Vice.
Yeah, exact.
No, yeah.
Not controlling shit, but still.
Yeah,
owns.
they still own a good piece of Vice.
More than 15% of Vice.
Well, but again, I think
I get the image. Yeah, I get it. And it's not the same. They're separate entities. Blah blah blah. We're just family.
Yeah.
You're just still a dirty sister.
Like they're still representative.
Although Marvel's always been more adult. They got the TV shows. They're definitely more adult. They got.
Disney's not afraid to go there with their
exactly. That's why it's a little
daughter companies or whatever the fuck
weird.
You call it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's why I was like sister company. I don't know.
I feel honestly that's why I feel like they just felt like they had to do it after the Roseanne thing. I felt like if they felt like there'd be more.
I don't think Roseanne has anything to do with it. I'm sure somebody brought it to their attention and it got enough traction that they had to address it.
Well, it was on conservative websites. That's why I think
he started coming up, and they were like, "Oh fuck."
I think this was a. I don't know. I think it was a political move myself. I think they saw
they started getting heat.
Pedophile's bad. That's the last thing you want to be associated, especially
definitely not.
You don't want to. That's why I don't like pedophile jokes.
Marvel carries so much more weight, like with being known that it's Disney than most other things now. I feel like.
You're right. Yeah.
Like it carries more weight with that. Like where Vice, like somebody on Vice got
most people don't know that.
Heat. Be like, motherfucker, I was joking.
It's weird because
it's Vice.
Desus and Mero was talking about how they were dapping up Bob Iger in the Vice office.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Bob Iger's the CEO they can do that shit because it's different. You know what I mean?
They're expected.
Yeah.
But again, a comedy writer, once you expect it, even though they're shitty jokes though. But
you push the boundaries too far.
It comes to
They
morality.
probably literally said to him, "Why the fuck didn't you delete that shit, man?"
That's
really why they probably said to him, "Why don't you just start your Twitter over, man? You have what were you worried about, losing your followers?" Like,
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But
I'm
like
a little
that's,
disappointed.
I don't know. That's
I
probably
get
what
it.
they said to him.
I
And
get
that's
it.
what it comes down to.
Well,
I know people who. I know a lot of people who have lost their jobs.
Let's move into
Doing that shit.
let's move into something else that's actually very similar. So Charlamagne Tha God got.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's an article that came out where they
Charlamagne.
pulled up audio from his podcast, and I actually been a fan of his podcast for years. Talked to his other co-hosts in the DMs. Even though I've been trying to get work over there. You know, I'm not gonna lie. He's been like, yeah, cool, yeah, what, gotcha, and then now it's just thumbs up. It's cool, whatever. But so on the podcast though, they're having a conversation because in Teen Vogue they had an article talking about is drunk sex rape or sexual assault, and then they had the conversation on the podcast, and Charlamagne brought up, he's like, and then he even admits he was very loose with the word rape. Then he was like, I wonder if the first time I had sex with my wife at the time it was considered rape. And like he had the conversation with his wife, not on the podcast, but he was talking about when he had the conversation because he read the article with his wife, because she was drunk at the time, he was drunk at the time, and like, you know, and so someone dug up that audio and they're like, Charlamagne Tha God raped his wife.
Damn.
And they really like brought it out on him, but his company didn't fire. iHeart didn't fire him. Like he went on the radio. He's like, yeah, I was very loose with the word rape. If I had the same conversation again, but I was having the conversation of based on the article.
Yeah, well, exactly. It's also context.
Takes out of
And
context,
Twitter
yeah.
does not give very much context.
Fact.
No,
You make
not at
250
all.
fucking characters to make your point.
That's why I've tweeted a lot less since we've had the podcast.
I don't tweet.
No, honestly, like because
Your wings have been clipped.
My Twitter's brazy.
Well, no, because honestly, if I want to say something, it's right. Even now that it has more than 140 characters, it's still not enough context. So that I get what he's saying. That's why when you're in the podcast, you could have the full context to say everything you want. You also get tone. You know, there's a lot more to it.
Facts. A lot of people take all kinds of shit out of content. Like you can make a simple joke, someone can take that shit. Everybody knows.
But that was another example of someone trying to dig up something from someone's past,
Exactly.
to try to ruin. I don't know if it was trying to ruin their career, but trying to bring.
They were
put dirt on their-
they were clout chasing. Probably.
Yeah, they were putting dirt on Charlamagne's name.
Facts.
What do y'all think about a situation like that? Because the only difference is, well, I mean, I guess you said it, context.
He's good. I think he covered all bases because if he dug up the audio footage or whatever you want to call it, the audio tape, then he obviously has the full footage himself. So
Yeah. Well, no, I heard it. I've been a fan for years. I heard it when it initially happened, and when I heard it, I was like,
Also, Charlamagne
loose
says
with the word rape,
really fucking crazy shit before. He was talking about beating up fucking girls in one of his interviews.
oh yeah,
How he beat some girl up. Every guy has to beat up a girl at some point. Like that's what he was talking about. Does that really put me past the limit with him? No.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
So
that's wow.
I mean,
no.
not to like talk shit, but
So,
like that's out there too.
yeah,
And
no.
Yeah, that's
I don't
way
think-
out there.
Charlamagne is
Hold up,
clearly
hold up.
he's constantly doing things that he has to.
I'm gonna
That
push
was-
Matthew on
back
that
up
one. I'm
on,
gonna push
man.
Matthew on that one.
but
I mean, with theory, I don't know. Again, context is everything. What if he was merely saying like? Because what I get from that
No,
is
I
that
watched
at
the
some
full
point
interview.
you're like,
watched the
He
full interview.
literally is pretty. The way he describes it is not.
he says you have to. You
It
absolutely.
was
Yeah, he
basically
was-
a story about how his girl was fucking some guy that was like 22 and he was 15 at the time. She was like 16, and he was like, "So yeah, this guy was a pedophile, whatever." Talking mad shit, and then basically
she was like,
she was fucking him, and he nutted too quick, and she was like jumped off and was like, "See, this is why I'm fucking whoever," and so he like beat the shit out of her.
and he was like 15. But you also but you're leaving out the rest of the interview. The bad part of the interview was when he said, "Yeah, everyone beats up a woman." I don't agree with that. And I think even if you ask Charlamagne now, I don't think he'll agree with that statement.
That's what I'm saying. He's always rebuking on fucking shit that he says because I think he always says shit in the heat of the moment, like being fucking dumb.
No, because I've been following Charlamagne
So
for
it's
years.
also like
It's been a very
an
steady
old
evolution.
interview.
It was very steady evolution.
People
for him.
grow.
Yeah, it's
People
been
change.
it's very steady evolution for him. It isn't like one day he'll say something and the next day he'll be like, no, it was the opposite. Like
Absolutely. Because if you had asked, like, there's a bunch of stuff I look back on now. from
no,
when I
but
was
he's
20 your age.
constantly going back on himself now because he's fucking older.
well, yeah, no, but
That's what we're saying.
well, yeah, but it's not like he's going back on stuff he said a week ago. It's going
Yeah.
back on stuff he said years ago.
We're talking
And
about
even
years,
in
yeah.
that interview, he said, but the one thing you gotta do is evolve. Like I would never do that to a woman now. I was 15 years old. I was dumb. And
Absolutely.
I feel like, and he was trying to say that he feels like everyone goes to that dumb age when you're a teenager. The thing is, no, not every teenager does that.
Yeah,
I
facts.
certainly didn't do that.
I didn't do that. I
Hell
don't think
no.
any of us did that.
I've never hit a woman.
But at
I've
the
never
end,
been hit. By
I
a
just
woman
beat
a few
up
times.
babies.
Yo, I felt some type of way when I'd have to spar, when I'd have to spar
You're fired
chicks
from
in
Disney.
Taekwondo growing up and shit, and then, not for nothing though, yo, they will kick your ass, man.
Who? What?
Damn, that's two levels of fucked up.
When I was growing up doing Taekwondo and everything like that, once you get to once you get to level black belt, or pro combat,
Age black.
level black belt rather, sometimes you end up just fighting females and stuff like that in tournaments and whatnot and everything too. But they're vicious, dog.
that's
Vicious.
also different. That's a sparring match where
Yeah,
you
but
got people,
still,
you got people
though,
there.
I still it's
No,
just
excuse me.
I
I've
have no
wrestled
problem doing
females.
it. I have no problem doing it and stuff. But actually in a fight,
we're talking about you getting mad at your
No.
girlfriend because she said you come too quick and then you beat her
and
up.
then beat the
Like,
shit out of her
That's
physically, just-
horrible.
yeah, that's the difference.
No.
What's up?
Well, in his defense, she was cheating.
No, then
yeah.
so
You're just dropping a beat
I'm
right
kidding.
now,
I'm
but
kidding, guys.
This is why podcasts better context.
Guys,
What's-
I'm kidding.
you got your
But
hand raised.
is it worse if you beat up a baby that's a girl? Because
you shouldn't be hitting it.
I know, right? You should be hitting the girl.
The
But is
conversation.
a baby girl worse than a boy? He was
Oh.
a man. He could take it.
Jesus
Baby man.
Christ.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I just want to know.
This is that shit that gets you fired.
yeah.
This is that shit. It's
No,
because
no,
Shit, I'm gonna get a dunce cap.
No, I don't
for you
think
when-
so.
when
I don't
shit
think this
We're
happens.
on a
is the
podcast. You know what gets you fired? The stuff that R. Kelly does. Talking about R. Kelly, he released a 20-minute song called "I'll Admit It," where he admits a bunch of shit.
yeah, that's
It's what the
Wow.
fuck
Was he
is?
broke?
He's pulling an OJ at this point. He really. It's almost like
He's like,
OJ when he's like,
so
if
what
I
I
did
like
it,
young girls, don't call me a pedophile. It's just like young bitches.
I was
That
molested
are
too
underage.
as a kid. I'm just like, yo, R. Kelly, what the? I'm like, R. Kelly, what the
Yo,
fuck?
you even carried a tune on that one, man.
No, facts.
I used
No,
to take
it's funny,
singing
he got
lessons.
the
That's
reverb.
impressive.
I used to take singing lessons.
He got
I
the
know I
reverb.
sang.
He said, I admit it.
Yeah, he's-
about
Bro,
getting
we gotta take your
molested.
ass out to karaoke, son.
Yeah,
He said,
kill it,
My
I know.
boys
You built it
karaoke.
What else did he say?
He was
Some shit.
he was talking about like Aaliyah and
He was like, stop trying to drag me.
And he was like, what's the
19-minute song. Who the fuck wants to listen
yeah,
to
it
that
was
shit?
20 minutes long. And he's like,
Stop doing the closet shit. R.
Yeah, I was
Kelly.
gonna say,
No,
he tried to do Trapped in the Closet all over again.
he was
You're now
like,
trapped in the closet.
facts. He was like, what's the definition of a sex cult? And I'm just like, gee, if you gotta ask,
Wow.
if you gotta ask, you're doing it.
He's like,
I did
I'm
a lot
still
of.
trapped in the closet. I have no idea what the fucking is going on. Reality is not real.
He's trying to
for
get
me.
his career back because no one's booking him anymore.
That's life, B.
He's
He's not on
relevant anymore.
Spotify's playlist no more.
No label's
Even
gonna sign
XXX
him.
Tentacion got put back on.
Which honestly, I'm a little annoyed about that. They put XXX Tentacion after he's dead when they can profit off his death. That's a little
Yeah.
bullshit. That's a little.
Are you surprised?
No,
Yeah,
but it's a
I'm
little.
not surprised.
It's a little.
That's some bullshit, though.
I think they put him back on more because of an overwhelming outcry for him to be back on there.
Yeah, true. I mean, no, I think you're right. They did put him back right before.
Yeah,
I think I may have remembered that wrong.
yeah. People they put him back right before, but then it does.
And then unfortunately, poor timing of everything.
Either way, motherfucking, it is kind of hypocritical to even put him back on the list.
Well, no, they
because then
they
like,
rebuked
then
out all of
we
it.
don't have,
They were just like, yeah, this whole morals thing is a little. It's kind of.
But R. Kelly's still off, motherfucker.
Yeah, no one fucks with R. Kelly.
You could stick to title.
No, title ain't even fuck. Dude, you think Jay-Z's gonna fuck with him? Do you remember? No, so Jay-Z and him did 2 albums together. They didn't go on tour for the first one because the pedophile thing came out. And then they were gonna go on the second tour, but R. Kelly was jealous of Jay-Z and started canceling shows. Jay-Z was just like, you know what, fuck this. Went to Angie Martinez's show. And he was just like, you know what, I'm done with R. Kelly. I'm done with all this. And then R. Kelly was like, he was like, if R. Kelly wants to see me, I'm gonna be at the 40-40. They don't fuck with each other. He's not gonna be on title anytime
He's
soon.
like, I got skeletons in my closet, trapped
Yo,
in
not
my
for
closet.
nothing. He gets more. R. Kelly gets more exposure on this podcast than anywhere else on the internet.
No.
So,
Or
no.
you gave him
No.
that name.
No, that's not true. Honestly, the Breakfast Club talks about him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always talk about because he's
Oh my god,
he's
he's
got the
like the
sex
new
cult.
Michael Jackson.
He's got the sex cult. He's got all this stuff, dude. If Michael Jackson was around during the, that's
He's
why
the
he
new
was talking
Michael
about sex.
Bro,
Wait,
seriously
what?
though. Seriously, he's the new Michael Jackson. Like
He's
people
not.
are, oh come on, man.
Michael Jackson was acquitted.
People are like,
oh wait, so
eh.
was he?
People are like,
no.
yo. People are like, oh man. People are like,
just
I
realized
want
it
to
could be
listen to
true?
R. Kelly's music.
Oh my god.
Who the fuck
Right?
cares anymore, bro?
People want to listen to R. Kelly's music, but
No, I've
they
given
don't
up.
want
Even
to.
I've given up at this point.
Yep.
I can't.
Well,
support
that's
him.
like, yo,
The
not
dude's
for nothing.
dead.
Yo, I remember.
Because people were
last year,
trashing Michael Jackson
yo,
for a while.
Last year, bro.
The dude's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, everybody from that generation. Because last year, dude, Ja Rule put on a concert at the Chance or the Civic Center in Poughkeepsie.
Sounds awful.
Tickets were $20.
Dude, you know how much he gets?
No, less than that. I think they were $15 or some shit.
You know
like
how much
that.
he gets a performance? A little behind the scenes. A little behind the scenes action. He gets like 10 grand at like
Ja Rule?
yeah at a festival. If that's what he can get. So that's why it was funny when people were like, no, I think it was 15 grand, my bad. 50 grand for like a festival. So regular show, he's probably getting like 4 or 5 grand.
Yeah.
He's not getting paid that much. And I know someone in his someone in his management team is like, how the fuck does I know? Don't worry. I got people over here that try to book him too. And then he was like, I'm not gonna get booked unless I get 15,000. And then Ashanti wanted 15,000, but they didn't have money to pay Ashanti 15,000, so Ja didn't show up either. Well, no, they didn't want Ja without Ashanti. And then Ashanti, he wanted more money than
Bastards.
Ashanti or some shit like that.
Package deal. Lost one. Peace.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. So, but yeah, no. So Ja, that's why I thought it was funny.
You. It was just nice to have you.
He did the
with her.
Fire Festival, and then the tickets were 15 grand a piece. He doesn't even make. He barely makes 15 grand before management and taxes take all that shit out for a regular. Like, why are you gonna pay him 15 grand for a ticket?
Fuck R. Kelly.
Fuck Ja Rule.
We're still saying it, R. Kelly. You're not gonna change that, bro.
Talking about
A
Ja Rule.
19-minute song isn't gonna change it.
Transitioning from Ja Rule, let's move to 50 Cent versus Floyd Mayweather.
Oh boy.
So
Ding ding.
let me talk about the history of Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent. Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent have been friends since pretty much 50 released Get Rich or Die Trying, or like The Massacre. Around when he really blew up for the masses, not the streets. Then they had a little falling out after Floyd went to jail for one of his domestic abuse charges because he's had a lot of them.
He's had a lot of them.
I'm just saying he's had 11.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and then he wanted to talk to.
Nice.
He's known for spending the money and not keeping the money he wins from fights. So 50 and him were talking about doing a promotion company, and so 50 put in $2 million while he was in jail, and the plan was Floyd was going to put in $2 million also, and then that didn't work out, and then they just had a small falling out. Nothing really happened from it. Then they were good again, and then Floyd was still a little butthurt about that, and something with T.I. I don't really want to get into it because I know T.I. will slap me. And then apparently Nellywood took.
You mean Ty?
No.
And I know Nelly stole Floyd's girl at the time, and he did an interview where he was like shitting on all rappers like 50 Cent and all that stuff. So 50 did the ELS challenge, the week of the ALS challenge, where he's just like, if you can read one page of a Harry Potter book, I'll give you $750,000 to any charity. And then he switched it up. He's just like, fine, I know you can't do a Harry Potter book, I'll give you a Dr. Seuss book, and we'll do it in Jimmy Kimmel. And then they never did. And then they actually pieced it up after that. And then recently, Floyd's
I feel like
been-
they just do this for like
no,
publicity.
bro.
no,
I
but
really do.
here's where I went deeper.
Could be.
Beef and porn.
Here's what.
I'm like 100% convinced because dude, it's been like
No, but
on
here,
and off for you. They're like a couple.
no, but
They're
here's
like
what.
Ronnie and Sammy
But here's the
from the
thing.
Jersey Shore.
Floyd has never really done anything this public for. Like, he just went out of nowhere. He's just like, 50. You don't take your first son doesn't love you. You're just mad because your baby mom never wanted you, which isn't true. He's like, you lied about your vitamin water deal, which isn't true. Other people lied about it. He basically said a bunch of stuff that wasn't true, and then like the few things that apparently were true is 50 has herpes. As someone who isn't trying to sleep with 50, I don't care if has herpes.
I didn't even know that. Holy shit.
Oh. Word. So yeah, so apparently that was the big bombshell. 50 has herpes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he a drug dealer now?
No, he's Clay's here. Because I think they gotta do the green screen shots or whatever.
I will say
After
one
this.
thing.
But so 50.
The green screen, huh?
Oh, wait, let me actually pull up Floyd's. Let me pull up Floyd's post.
Drug dealing.
Stop it! The last thing we need is people thinking we do that.
I don't smoke crack, motherfucker. I sell it.
Oh, he deleted Floyd deleted the post.
It's because Floyd's pussy, bro.
Yeah, Floyd's pussy. He don't want the smoke. Oh no, he's got it. Never mind. I'm dumb. He called him a confidential informant. So as one does. He said Airscope dropped him, which isn't true. He said he's jealous of all the athletes and rappers, which I mean, subjective to anyone. I mean, some people think that. You talked about Ja Rule and Stola Style. I don't agree with that. You're only self-proclaimed gangster that never put in work. That is definitely not true. You can people know about Boo Boo, and he never really paid homage to 50 Cent. That's a lie. Your claim to fame was getting shot numerous times and living to tell the tale.
It's true. This is all true facts.
That's not true either. His claim to fame was getting shot 9 times and then beefing with the gangsters that did it. Clay, get in the podcast.
Okay. Let me de-wet myself.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
It's raining cats and dogs
We're talking
outside,
about
for
Floyd
those that
Mayweather
don't
and
know.
50 Cent right now.
Fuck! I don't want to
Yeah, I gotta get
drive.
in on
I
that.
hate
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah. This
Actually, he was my info.
and then he was and then he said that Kanye West killed his career, which I don't agree. I think
That was a setup.
that was
Kanye and 50 knew what they were
yeah,
doing.
no, that was a setup by Def Jam. He said Ghost is the best
That's why
part.
this is fake too.
No,
That's why I say this.
and then he said,
It's all fake.
and then the one thing he said is like, you're broke, you can't maintain your house because it's oversized. And
That's a fact.
the thing is,
That's true.
but here's the thing: 50 Cent has admitted that since 2010. He's been trying to sell the house since 2010.
He can't move it.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, yeah, people were like, oh damn, he said you can't, your house is too big to maintain. But if you're a fan, you're just like, this, all
Their
right.
house, he's not for nothing?
Yeah, what's up?
What up, son?
Clay's here, guys.
What up, Cass? Claiborne and the Billy Ding.
I
Yeah,
will say this. They're
So,
both
yeah,
pussy.
and
And
then
this
he's
is
like-
fake. It's not real. I don't think it's
I
real.
don't think
But
this
here's
beef
the
is
thing.
real either.
but here's the
They
thing:
do this all the time, bro.
Floyd doesn't use.
They were friends. They,
Yeah, but
they
Floyd doesn't
literally
post
make
about
money just acting like they're not.
Yeah, but Floyd doesn't post about it. Like, he's posting about his kid now, and then
That's because Floyd needs more money right now.
but 50.
He's like, oh man, I just bought this sweet yacht.
So-
Floyd rolls like $5 million in a strip club. Let's be real.
so 50 posted.
Which you're dumb for, by the way. And I don't give a damn. I'll tell it to your face, Floyd.
I don't
get that
think
shit
you
for free.
guys
fucking bugging.
saw this.
People starving.
5
You giving
mil?
these strippers $5 million. You dumb.
So yesterday, 50 Cent is putting a new score counter for Floyd
can't
because people say Floyd is 50-0.
Yeah.
So 50's now saying that he's 63-0 because he won the 50 fights. He has 11 domestic abuse charges under his belt, and he slept with one of his best friend's wives. And his best friend ended up killing his wife and himself. So he's counting those 2 bodies as a win for Floyd.
Damn.
So he's going around saying Floyd is 63-0.
I never got the 63-0 part. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's why I fucking love 50.
50 fights, 11 domestic abuse, and then 2 bodies because
Not
of
hilarious that
because
those
of
2
the
people died, bro.
murder suicide.
Yeah, nah, that's OD though.
What-
Floyd, you fucked up.
Well, that was the thing. And now he posted something yesterday
Fucking
because
meathead.
Floyd was saying that 50's first son doesn't love him, and he doesn't think his second son is actually his.
Yo, Floyd
So-
built like a chuck
you-
steak that was stuck back in the freezer for too long.
I seen when he said that shit about his second son, the newborn. You look at that kid, you see 50 all over his
You
face.
see 50 and that woman Daphne.
Yeah,
Yo,
you
for
see,
real.
he
you
look
see,
like 50, especially when he makes that serious face. He looks straight up like 50 Cent.
he looks like a mix. He looks like a mix.
Yeah.
And so 50 responded yesterday with, so he somehow, I don't know how the fuck 50 finds this shit. He has the official documentation for one of the domestic abuse filings.
He probably paid the fucking town, the town for it. That
This is
for
Floyd.
the police
This
file.
is Floyd Mayweather's son's, actual writing of recollection of what happened, of him beating his mom.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he's like responded, "Damn champ, you and Karan, which is Floyd's son, you have a good relationship. What happened here?" Because he's talking about his son. He's just like, "Yeah, he's going in. He's going.
It's fake.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fake.
No, you don't talk about someone's son.
Listen, they saw Drake do it.
No, you don't talk
And
about.
they saw Pusha T and Drake go for it. They said, "Lloyd, I got the new one. You're gonna insult my son,
You don't put two bodies on someone.
bro."
You don't put two.
I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real.
What do you think? You think he thinks it's fake? But I'm like, you don't put two bodies on someone if you think it's fake.
Fake news. They
Nah.
saw Drake do it. They saw Drake do
Just
it.
choose-
They
just
saw
choose-
Pusha
choose
T
a
and
mic,
Drake.
yeah.
That's a flag. A flag. No, that's a big fact though. I think it's a flake. So actually, I used the right terminology there. So
Yeah.
Flack.
It's a flaky fake.
It's a flaky. It's a.
He fucking you
flack.
up.
Yeah, fuck the both of these niggas. Honestly, fuck it. But no, seriously, in my opinion, just like the Drake and Pusha T shit, I think this whole shit is staged. And I think like they're at the point like, it's kind of like when you get old, their money getting old, so it's like they don't give a fuck. It's like, so what? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, yo, how can we entertain these motherfuckers and make them think we beefing? Because they think we always beefing. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Because
to each his own.
bring the kids into it is just. I think that's where I think it's not. Like I think the other stuff was honestly staged for
They saw
publicity.
Drizzy do it.
I think this stuff,
Listen,
kids are too far. On both sides.
I feel like.
Listen, if the
If
first
they ain't
stuff is
talking
for
about each other's
publicity,
mamas,
so
it
is the
ain't
last
personal.
stuff.
Where I see it, man.
If you ain't talking about that person, mama, it ain't personal. It ain't personal.
I think kids and like,
No, kids
I'm
are-
still,
is
I
the
think,
same
just kind of
shit.
fucking more mind blowing that I didn't even know 50 Cent had herpes.
Who knows
Yeah, that
if
was
he
the only.
does?
That was the only thing that Floyd really dropped the ball.
Who knows if he
on.
does, though?
Well,
Floyd could
he
be
didn't-
talking out his ass, or it could all be fake, like I've been saying. Because listen, bro,
Or maybe they both got herpes.
Well, that's what 50
They got it
came
from
back
each
with.
other 'cause
50
they
back-
fight like a
50's
couple.
like, yeah, so what? I got herpes. You got mad shit. And then he made like a fake
50
post.
said he has herpes.
You know, he didn't full out admit it, but he was just like, Floyd talking about I have herpes.
So
you don't
what?
want to know
That's
what
just
he
for
has.
life.
So
He's
he's
for
like,
life.
he might-
50. He said, "I got
well,
shot.
not for
What's
nothing,
herpes to
though,
me?"
If he has like, I mean, I don't
9
know,
times?
yeah, 9 times. And that was the thing. Like, he wasn't
face?
popular because he was shot.
I guess it's
one
kinda
time in
gotta
the
be
face.
lit.
He was
One-
all over. He got shot
Yeah.
all over.
Mostly in the legs, he admitted, but
No, 9 times
I
in
don't
the
care, he
face.
was
That's
shot in the
why
face,
he's.
yeah, like
He got
even
shot.
he's real about it because like in an interview they're like, so did you have like that Hollywood moment where you look down the barrel of a gun? He's like, no, because when you look down the barrel of a gun, the bullet
You
goes
die.
through. Yeah, the bullet goes to you. I wasn't trying to look down the barrel of the gun. I was trying to like, I was moving around, I was
I'm
dancing.
not gonna
like,
lie. I give him credit for not. Stupid motherfucker. Like, I would have beat that motherfucker's ass for asking such a stupid question.
No,
His
fact.
biggest,
Word.
he said like
I was
his,
just grown man slap.
That's what I'm saying. I give him. You know what?
you
Props to
doing?
50 for not beating that motherfucker to the
his-
ground.
the biggest mistake he said during that situation was his gun wasn't cocked. Because he put his gun out the window.
He's right though. He's
It
right.
wasn't cocked, and the guy shot him in the hand. And
That's why I joined the Air Force. One chamber.
He was just
All
like
time.
from that point on, he literally he wore the vest, always had a cock. That's how he got fired as Puffy's
still got paint on them.
ghostwriter. He was in Puffy's office. He heard like an altercation outside in the hallway, and he just had PTSD at the moment. He just pulls his gun out, and then Puffy comes back in. He's just like, "What the fuck? You're like, you're really about this life?" He's like, "Yeah, dude. I've been shot 9 times. I'm not getting shot again. I don't know. I don't care what's going on in this office." And then Puffy's like, I'm not really a bad boy. Like, you gotta get out of the office. Security, someone get this menace out of here.
That's crazy.
Damn.
50 was wild back in the day.
He was a wild.
Fake news.
Fake news. So that's what you think. Floyd
Fake
50's
news.
fake news.
Josh finally fucking chimes in with 2 words.
Yo, man, I gotta say, if the
So you
whole
think it's
Floyd, if the first Floyd stuff was fake, then this stuff is fake.
I don't think any of it's fake. I think it was just like,
I think it's fake.
I think it's fake.
I think it's fake.
My vote.
Beef and porn.
I think this is real.
I'm gonna have to vote both.
That's not a real vote, so you're
I
disqualified.
think the early I think I get what you're saying. I think the early stuff was
Go vote
both
Green Party.
in a way of like it was
yeah,
real.
it's like voting the Green Party. So I'm gonna choose Jill Stein.
Well, no, you gotta
No, but
realize
that was the point of the joke.
they
It's
have
also satire.
They have an interesting relationship. They're like brothers. When you fight with your brother, it's a different type of fight. I think
Like
the early
stepbrothers,
I like
maybe.
like the early stuff. I think was like brothers fighting. Like,
Yo,
it was
I love
real,
how
but it was
people do
not.
that with like celebrities. Like, man, they're like brothers.
Yeah, but they really are.
Bro, how the fuck do you know that?
Word.
Let me ask you a real
Word.
question. How do you know that they are as close as brothers?
Well, I can actually
If you were
verify
as-
that.
no, let me-
I can verify that because when I'm cool with like a certain friend, like my homie Brian and like my homie CJ, like we could joke personally with each other. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like as long as you're not talking about each other's mamas or you're not saying suck my dick, there's no fight.
Yo, Clay.
You just
This dude had
Clay.
this dude had Rick
Exactly.
He said,
Ross's
"Fuck you,
kids
nigga."
at his house.
Yeah, he said. Clay, how'd you feel, bro? How your mama? What about your fucking kid? I don't know, bro. He disrespected his kid and his wife, or his
Let him
baby
know.
mama, right?
Yeah.
You think,
Bro,
50
that's the
you
same-
think-
you
you
same
think-
shit.
Yeah, but
think
50 don't care about his baby mama.
Thank you. 50 don't give
He
two
don't care
shits
about his baby mama. He don't
Just
care
like
about
another
his son.
black nigga that got a baby mama.
No, he doesn't talk about
They
his
just a baby
well, no, he
mama for a
cares.
reason. You might
He
as well
said,
just
he
be
said
calling
he
that
said it
shit.
was on site when Ross said something about his son, so I'm sure
All
it's
I'm
on
gonna
site.
say is that, bro, no. If it's really your brother or whatever, right? You're gonna take advantage of the system. You're not gonna fucking Twitter fight with each other. If you're as close to this person as your brother, that's not joke fighting.
Not necessarily, bro.
Like, you joke
If
with
you
your
have
brother,
that
bro.
tight of a relationship, though, that you know will survive a bullshit Twitter, if that's what it is.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I don't
Why
think this
would
is
you-
bullshit
Exhibit
Twitter.
A.
I don't think this is bullshit Twitter.
I got a perfect example.
So if it's not bullshit Twitter, then you think it's real.
I think it's real.
I don't
So
think
That's what I'm saying, though,
exactly.
I don't think it's real.
And if it's fake, then
No, go ahead.
No, you're straight.
No, I just think it's real.
I think
It's
it's
just
fake.
it's just a perspective. I just, as someone who knows 50 the way I do, I think
I
it's real.
joke with this motherfucker all the time. He the only nigga I know that could, first off, use that word towards me and I won't feel offended.
For the
And-
record, I've recently dropped it from my vocabulary for other personal reasons.
Facts. But also my nigga, you know how many times Dustin will fucking like say some fucking racial joke that he'll think like I would take offense to it. I'm just like, nah, nigga, like we cool, I don't go fuck. And now like we literally joke about anything. So I would never take offense to anything he says, like I said, unless he said suck my dick or something about my mama.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
that's the
wouldn't give
same
two shits.
conversation though.
Well, I just know as of I sound like a 50 stan. But
It's all entertainment, bro.
yeah, no, it's
clout.
not. But
Fucking clout.
he's always said like he's always had a line where he doesn't really like talking about kids unless he's ready to throw hands with this person.
Damn.
Like Ja
Who
Rule.
said that?
No,
50.
just knowing 50. Like he's never talked about someone's kids unless he's ready to throw hands with someone.
Nah, true.
Like the only person's
But
kids he's really talked about was
All I'm gonna
Ja
say is
Rule.
don't be surprised these motherfuckers start kissing and making up in like a week.
See, that's what I'm
They
saying.
will, because it's
that's
fake.
what I'm saying.
It's
Well, that's what I'm saying.
fake.
I'm saying well, that's what I'm saying. There's still that like that.
Or-
Even though
but-
they're not like real brothers, they have that
that's-
like camaraderie from the past that'll
Yeah.
make them.
That's what I was
No,
trying to
no,
say.
I think it's
if
just
the
fake.
fight is legit, then they both know that their bond is that solid enough that they can hash this shit out over the open market.
Yeah.
Get some publicity feed off of it. Everybody know. But at the same time, they know they're gonna be boys tomorrow. It might not be fake,
Yeah.
but it's still gonna have the same end result.
Facts.
So they're gonna ride the wave, and they both know that. So why not hash this shit out in the open? We gotta hash it out anyway. Let's make some clout.
Facts. It's a little bit of an ego chase.
However-
and it's like I see you at the finish line, my nigga.
I'm gonna call out the elephant in the room. Who's winning in a fight? 50 or Mayweather?
I'm gonna sound like a stan, but I mean.
You going with 50, ain't you?
So here's
50's
why.
not winning that
Here's
fight.
why.
We gotta lay down rules.
59 winning.
You always gotta lay down rules.
Lay down rules.
50's not an athlete. One.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Facts.
He
Are
was
we
Golden
talking
Gloves- he was
street
Golden
brawl
Gloves
or are we
boxer.
talking?
Listen, we all saw
in the
the
ring?
video for.
Are we talking street ball or in
what's-
the ring?
Find me in the club. Where he's like,
Either way. That
And
man
that's-
Mayweather
that's the
don't
most he ever
get
worked
touched.
out.
Or he barely gets touched.
No.
Nah, because Mayweather's almost been beat before.
No.
I think if you rematch Pacquiao with his shot and his shoulder good, I think Pacquiao would give him a run for his money.
Yeah, but we talking about 50,
And win.
50 biggest
No,
shit.
I know. But hold up.
50's
I'm saying,
not
like,
winning that fight.
I'm
50's
saying, though,
winning the
like,
fight.
50 got the size.
how?
No, facts.
And in a street brawl, that's different.
That's true because anything goes.
Y'all forget that he was Golden Gloves boxer and won many boxing competitions
Damn, I didn't even
You're
know
talking boxing, bro.
as a kid.
I guarantee you, if Mayweather steps into a ring with somebody else where you can throw other things other than fisticuffs, McGregor gonna lay him out type deal.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
that's
But
what
that's
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying. Who do you think's gonna win? I'm calling it out.
I think
Name your
50's
man.
gonna.
Yo,
50
Floyd
isn't-
Mayweather is winning that fight. 50 does not have as nearly as much experience. It comes down to experience with everything. Practice. Who would win in the rap battle? 50 Cent. Who would win in the fight? Floyd Mayweather, man. Practice. He
true.
does it way more.
I'm gonna have to agree with Josh on that one.
that's
Exactly.
true.
Sorry, even
Like
if they
Floyd-
both started
even if
training
he
right
got
now,
hit
it doesn't.
like that. Floyd is used to getting hits. He's got endurance.
Exactly. If they were to
It's a
say,
10,000
let's.
hour rule.
Yeah, and if they were to say, let's fight right now, they
10,000
both start
hours of
training.
practice.
6
Right.
months from now, they'd have the fight, and who
more like
would win?
this.
Still Floyd Mayweather, because he's been doing it his whole fucking life.
Right.
He has the endurance now. How old is 50?
around the same age as Floyd.
right? So they probably have
they both in their 50s.
relatively the same
40s.
amount of endurance left in them.
That.
It's just up to who's got the better training with that, who's fucking able to use it more. And I'm sorry, Floyd's got it.
All right, so
All day, baby.
Can I say why I think 50 would win?
Go for
Why?
it.
Obviously, I'm not stupid. Floyd is the best defensive fighter of all time. We can't deny that. I can't deny that.
No.
No one can deny
he
that.
beat Pacquiao. He was a
But-
strategist.
However, 50 isn't just some chump who's never boxed before. He's won many Golden Gloves boxing competitions.
So did Pacquiao.
2, Pacquiao was
He
in the
kinda cheated for
Pacquiao was in
now.
the same weight class as Floyd Mayweather. 50 has a good probably 100 pounds of muscle on Floyd Mayweather.
That's true.
If he punches Floyd Mayweather, gets one hit on him, it's gonna hurt 3 times more than the average boxing
But the speed
range.
difference is insane, bro.
There is a big speed difference. That's where Floyd may get him. But Floyd is known for
That's
being
where
defensive.
Floyd will get him.
That's where I think, and that's why I think Floyd will whoop his ass, because Floyd will be just on wink, pink.
Exactly.
Wink, pink.
Floyd
Yo,
is
word.
fucking
He's
quick.
got the speed to dodge all his
He's
shots.
a
You
counter
talk-
fighter.
Yeah.
He wants 50 to throw the first punch. He's not gonna throw the
Exactly.
first punch. He's gonna be there like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh, left, right. Oh, right, left.
And
Yeah,
then
but I
once
think
again,
the
it comes
substanti-
back down to, you think Floyd hasn't gotten into a fight where he's outreached?
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
What I'm saying
Because that's what it really comes down to with 50.
Actually, that's
he's
what makes
gonna
Floyd so
be
great
bigger than him.
is his reach.
Fact.
well, no,
He has an extra, I believe,
yeah, no, Floyd's got
inch
a
or
big
something
reach,
like that
a good reach.
than most average people his size.
Exactly. So I mean, bro, he's a really versatile fighter. That's what
feel
he's
he is.
shown
I love
over
that.
and over and over and over again.
But again, I don't think he's ever fought someone in that weight class. He's never fought anyone as big as 50. And yes, he's fast. But I'm thinking if 50 gets a few good punches on him with his weight and his muscle behind him, and he's trained, he knows how to throw a punch, Floyd's going out. It's not a question.
But if Floyd can out-survive that,
Yeah, then
he's
Floyd
easily
wins.
going to beat
Yeah,
fucking 50 in every single other category.
yeah.
That's
fine.
all. That's what you're saying. You're saying that the only thing 50 could do is get a good couple punches in, but like
I
that
feel-
does not mean anything
Yep.
in a boxing match, realistically.
I confirmed it. It was 1 inch.
I feel like with 10 rounds he could get enough punches in to knock him.
No, my fault. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix it.
So I'm trying to snap.
That's cool. But yeah, no.
I ain't pick it up too big.
What's it called? It's
My hand hurts.
Wait, no, but no, that's why. But I think it's possible to get a couple good punches on him. Like McGregor got a good few punches on him, and I feel like if he was 50's weight and those punches that McGregor threw, I think Floyd would have been out. I think Floyd played too much with McGregor to try to make it a
Oh
good
no,
show.
he was playing with him the whole time.
And then at a certain point, I was actually worried he was gonna lose because he was playing
McGregor's
too
kind
much.
of a hot head too, bro.
Nah, facts.
He be
So
going.
tempted
He
to
be
use the
running
legs.
into it, and he's like, He's like, I'm Irish.
Oh my
But yeah, no. So I guess I'm the only one voting for 50. to win
Oh,
this
yeah,
fight.
absolutely,
Yeah, man.
You're the only one.
And I don't even give 50 any
Only
like
one
chance
you
in my
want.
head. Like I don't even give him any chance. I think he would be like a 15% chance of him winning.
I think there's a possibility of a TKO.
I think it's 75% chance 50,
No
25%
way.
chance Floyd.
No way. That's so unrealistic. So unrealistic.
What? 50 going down like Kennedy. One shot to the head in that round.
How long
No.
ago was 50 boxing?
You also gotta keep in mind he doesn't drink or smoke.
Okay.
Well, he didn't start drinking until he started promoting FN. Like Floyd drinks all the time, so his body's more deteriorated. than
Oh
him.
man, I don't care about that though, man. Plenty of drunk fucking people are good fighters, dude.
Bro,
Facts. Plenty of
I don't think that has
Plenty of
a
drunk
I'm just
goddamn
saying.
thing to do
Saying
with it.
50's got
Football
stamina.
players,
He's
too.
not.
Come on.
He's got stamina.
He's like vitamin water, bitch. They're like Leo. No, sorry, no,
Formula 50.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Ugh.
no.
I
I'm just
love you
saying.
50, but nah.
All right, let's move on to the new king of New York, as he likes to call himself.
Oh boy.
God, we talking
Look at what this sticking up.
Oh, we talking about this bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, man.
Can I leave?
So, Mr. I'm never gonna get robbed. I'm the king of New York. No one's gonna kill
You know what's
me.
so funny? I
Got
think
robbed.
that bullshit was staged too.
No, it wasn't safe.
I think it was staged. You wanna know why I think it was staged? Cause why the fuck the same fucking day he gets jumped, this motherfucker drops a song with Nicki Minaj? I'm not hearing that shit.
No, that was planned. They had the song planned. I think. Here's what I think happened.
That's what I think.
So I've done a lot more research into Tekashi since the Chicago thing. Yeah, it's the people he has around him are real.
No, facts. Treyway's real. Because even Charlamagne confirmed it.
Yeah. No, but like other people confirmed it.
Yeah. The whole hood.
Yeah. So the people around him are real. I don't know if he's... And I've never felt like... Given what's going on with like the Chicago thing, I don't know if he's as real as...
He's a gimmick, bro.
Yeah.
He's a gimmick.
And given the fact that he secretly has Universal financiers to finance him, like the entire time. He's never been like... It's pretty much... starting to come out a little bit that he's what's it called industry plant.
No, he was, and I knew Universal was working with them because just the way how him and Nicki Minaj came with that song, and I know A&Rs from Universal.
Well, now he's signed, but even before he got signed.
No, I know. But I always had a hunch, but the fact that he dropped that single with Nicki and how they like been booming it and been blasting it, the whole video production, everything, I could tell now that confirmed it for me that he's working with people that I know are in Universal.
Well, yeah, no, but that was before this. Like he's already had he's confirmed his deal recently, but like he's had a deal for a while with people inside
no facts, because when you sign with Universal or even working with Universal or any major label, you're not allowed really to say anything until it makes sense, until it makes the label look good, because they don't want you saying, yeah, I'm with Universal, and then somebody as hot boy as 6ix9ine gonna do some dumb shit and then fuck around and make Universal look bad. You know what I'm saying? Then artists aren't gonna want to go there. Well, so that's the reason why.
Yeah, no. Well, where I'm getting at is they just found some kid to pretend he's gangster, put him in there.
Well, don't get me. I know about 6ix9ine since before he even blew up. 6ix9ine, when he was with Scum Gang, I knew niggas from Scum Gang. The original niggas from Scum Gang used to come to my school, LIU Brooklyn, and perform. And I been knew about Scum Gang. He jacked that whole shit. Like, they put him in the clique because obviously he's some different nigga, some Spanish dude. You know, obviously something different because it's an all-black crew. And then the fact that he was so willing to dye his hair and do all that extra shit, I had a feeling he was gonna blow up. Like, I knew it. Like, I knew about this motherfucker since my sophomore year in college, which is what? I graduated 2 years ago, so about 4-5 years ago, I knew about this nigga. You feel me? Like, I've been knew about Tekashi, bro.
I'm absolutely convinced that Tekashi 6ix9ine is completely fake.
He's an industry plant.
Oh,
well, you just missed it. What we talked about is that the people around him are real. He isn't exactly as real as the people around him.
Did you see the Breakfast Club interview?
Not even real, man. He's just literally everything he's doing is but also, literally just to fit the image.
Well, yeah. Well,
that's why when Charlamagne said the whole, it's your persona. He was like, you think it's persona? So you think it's not real?
Well, that's why I think it's funny. You know what's funny? Twitter, actually, we were one of the few people that had the opinion of Charlamagne was right. Like, after our podcast, because all I did was listen to our podcast.
Charlamagne wasn't right, though, because all he was saying is it's a persona, which means what you show. No. That's exactly what Tekashi asked. What, you think it's a gimmick? Persona doesn't mean that. It's what you show yourself being.
No, the whole point of the interview was like, you put this out, you're gonna get jacked. You're gonna get robbed, all that shit.
And that's the thing. It's part of his characteristics for him being an artist. But at the end of the day, bro, every artist has to have some type of gimmick, whether the gimmick is real or fake. Every artist needs a gimmick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at artists in the beginning, like 50. Why did 50 blow up? Because he's this nigga that beefs with everybody, and to this day, what is he doing? He's beefing with everybody. Yep. That's his gimmick,
and it's still working.
We're gonna have a whole podcast about how I disagree with all that. But all right.
No, but that is really true.
You're about to make me walk out.
It's true. Might as well be as good as one of them Flatlanders.
It's true, and I'll be real with you. Eminem's gimmick was being fucking shocking and funny.
Yeah,
exactly.
And guess what? It doesn't work anymore.
I feel like 50's. I feel like people. No, I don't feel like his gimmick would be.
Some gimmicks work.
And that's why Tyler the Creator blew up the same exact way. Back in 2008, when that was still kind of acceptable, and it was the end of being shocking, and then he switched it up, and now he's still relevant.
Drops Yonkers and dropped Yonkers eating a fucking cockroach, blows up, and then now he has to switch it up. So what did he do?
That's why all the greats are great for just being themselves. We love them for who they are, and that's why they're great. They don't have to act. They just are.
I guess I just see past the beef because with 50,
and that's the thing.
It was all with. That was real.
You're always gonna have your diehard fans who do.
Well, no, that was real street shit. That was the difference.
But that's 50.
That's 50.
He takes his real street shit.
Just like I'm a Tyler the Creator fan. I don't think that. I'm just like I'm a Tyler the Creator fan.
You gotta choose Mike though.
Yeah, I know my bad. I'm all over the place.
Just like I'm a Tyler fan, and I don't think that anything he's doing is not what he was doing, because it's still like the music to me still sounds like he was always going in that direction.
Yeah.
But the difference is that shockingness is not fucking like. I don't know. It doesn't really have as much value.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand people like Tekashi 6ix9ine in today's climate, because I'm like, who are you appealing to? But I guess people who are white and go to 50 Front Street in Newburgh.
Actually, a lot of Tekashi fans are a bunch of little niggas.
Word.
It's a bunch of little fucking kids, bro. Like, I look at the diehard Tekashi fans, they're a bunch of 13 and 14-year-old kids that want to say shit that they can't say.
Well, this
Don't got a voice.
This leads to what I was saying.
So nobody's
like,
listening.
If he's not, well, the fact that the people around him are really street, and that he secretly had Universal financiers even in his indie days, like, I think, like, obviously he's gonna have a more child white fan base than the streets, because if you're not really from the streets aren't gonna gravitate towards you.
Exactly.
I mean, some of them will. Obviously, some have, because a lot of there have been a lot. New York, especially, has supports him. We support him heavy, but that's because we support anything from New York.
I don't know who supports him in New York. I really don't.
I the fuck don't.
Yeah, I don't listen to this shit.
Apparently, Nikki does.
I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna sit here and act
Nikki's
like
from Queens though, and she's fake too, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, word. She from New York too, and I don't even really respect Nikki.
Yeah,
like
she
that,
went
you know
to
what I'm
a
saying?
she went to an acting school in Queens.
She stole little Kim style and then dissed her. Just saying. Ride with you, Kim.
I never really liked
when I was
Nicki
a
Minaj.
rapper.
I miss the old Nikki. I miss the black hair before the fucking boob job and shit. Like
I miss when she was
Nikki.
with Fendi.
The raw Nikki, huh?
When she was with Fendi.
Yeah.
Dirty Money. We know what it is up in here. Don't worry.
That was when she was raw, authentic, and not to say that I guess her gimmick ain't for everybody, but that shit does not work for.
She's got a little gimmick. Not to.
No, that's facts.
Facts.
Open up another book for you, but yeah.
No, that's facts though.
Next topic.
Next topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck 6ix9ine.
That's
And-
she's a little. She's a little.
Yeah, there's no. He just got robbed. It's pretty much just like what we were saying a couple months ago. Like he just brings off this energy. It kind of just came to him, and he got it.
I was saying I feel like that shit was staged too because they dropped Fifi the day after or the day.
Oh
of.
man, I think it was fake because the first headline I seen for it was 6ix9ine swears it's not a publicity stunt, and that's why I know this man's lying, because every time he does something,
No, his
he
face
has
was
to
all
be
swollen
like,
up.
what?
His face was all swollen up. He was in the hospital. I think he actually got
Bro,
jacked.
I don't give a shit. All I know,
I think he got
Yo,
jacked by
let me finish,
people inside.
bro. Every time he does some shit, he go the thing with Charlamagne. What, you think it's a persona? He gets mad defensive. What, you think it's fake? Because it probably fucking is. 9 out of 10 times. That's the case. Why the fuck would he have to even say that it's a publicity stunt if it wasn't?
And you know what gets me tight is I have not heard not one solid story about what happened when he got jumped. I've heard 3 different stories. I've heard a story of he got jumped and his homies found him. I heard a story he got jumped and ran away and got to the hospital. I heard another story how somebody pulled a gun out on him.
I've heard one story.
Or he got pistol whipped and then knocked the gun out the nigga hand and ran. I heard 3 different stories.
I've heard one consistent story.
I've heard
he got.
That's fine. Either way, the headlines, dude. You know why I didn't read about it? Because the headline was 6ix9ine swears this wasn't a publicity stunt, and I was like, I don't even care what this guy has to say, because guess what? It probably fucking was.
Yeah, word.
Sorry, just like this Floyd Mayweather and bro, dude.
There's a police investigation.
6ix9ine is the epitome.
There's a police investigation.
Open up an investigation on some shit that didn't happen.
Exactly.
You know that, right?
You totally can.
Yeah, but no, he's saying
illegal.
he's saying it's an inside job, so he's having people look at his own home. Like, why would you snitch on yourself?
Oh my god, dude! So then it's fake. If it's an inside job, the police aren't really looking into it.
They're
No,
not.
it's
They're just
because he's not-
we'll do the best that we can.
All right.
So then it's fake, dude. Self-reporting on shit that happens isn't real.
Facts.
Oh, you got. If he's not street and he's been paying street people to be street around him, and he stops paying them, they're gonna jack him.
Let me say this.
You really
What if
think with
he's
Universal in
not-
his back pocket, he gonna stop paying them niggas?
Can I
Them
say
niggas
something?
is Gucci, bro.
Can I say something?
That ain't the
that
ish.
I think is happening. How about he's not street? The guys around him came from a bad place, but at the end of the day, realized that they can do fake shit and make it look that way, just like every other rapper does. And it's the same shit. Why wouldn't you do that? What? Why would you have to beat anybody up? Why is he paying people to stay around him? I don't think he's doing that at all. They're all just making money because they all know they can just be fake and get in the videos and they'll take care of each other, and it doesn't have to be real. It's not like there's another source that's ever going to be reporting it from the inside. It's all fake. So I think it's all fake. Especially 6ix9ine. He is the epitome of look at me.
Yeah, no, but I don't think that means that he didn't get robbed. He didn't get kidnapped and pistol whipped.
I think it does.
I seen some.
When it happened to Kim Kardashian, it wasn't reported the way it was with 6ix9ine.
Facts. And she
I think it was.
No.
It was for me.
not at all.
It was reported, but it
No,
wasn't like,
oh
my God, look at her face.
Just because for you, the first thing you saw was he swears it real. The first thing I saw was he got kidnapped. And then people were saying he was
That's
fake,
what
and
I'm
then
saying.
he had to reply. It's like, why would I fake this? That's what I saw. So I saw a different perspective from you. You saw it from the point of him already having to defend him. I saw it from the beginning where he got jacked. People accused him of it being fake. Then he had to defend himself.
That's
because
because all this guy does is do shit and then act like he didn't do it.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean he didn't.
His
get
whole
jacked
his
this
whole
time.
persona, his whole everything, I feel like is not real. I feel like it's corporate media. It's what sells right now.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? Face tattoos and dyeing your hair crazy fucking colors. He is the epitome of it. Literally, I think he's a parody of it.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's hard. I don't think it's a far stretch to believe that he probably isn't paying a couple people around him, and they jacked him. Happens all the time in the music industry. Go to LA. Go to LA right now. Go to LA right now. Try to walk one of those streets.
It could be some real New York niggas who hates the way
people.
that he's disrespecting the city and was like, man, you know what? The next time this nigga touch down, we gonna get his ass.
That's true too.
Because I know some niggas in Brooklyn that want his head like right now. You feel me? So that's why I'm like, it ain't always the niggas around you. Niggas in New York don't even like him, bro.
But I personally think that he is smarter than that. I mean, he did the whole O Block thing was fake.
Yeah, but he's still living in the hood of Brooklyn. When you got this money, you're saying "suck my dick" every day.
He's not in Brooklyn, bro.
He does not live in Brooklyn.
He's not in Brooklyn, bro.
You're like,
I'll tell you this right now. He's not in
He
Brooklyn,
does
bro.
not live in Brooklyn.
Let me tell you something.
He's not stupid.
I made
Tekashi is one of the smartest rappers that we have right now, bro. He's not stupid. He knows exactly what to say to get people to sing the hooks.
Facts.
He knows exactly what to do to get people paying attention, and he knows that. You saw what he looked like, man. He went to a private school where you had to wear uniforms, bro. Like, the guy said, I'm gonna get a bunch of fucking face tattoos. I'm gonna get the 6ix9ine. He's like, what is like the dumbest thing that I can turn into something kind of smart? With the whole like, it's polar opposites. It's 6ix9ine. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's choosing to be a parody of that shit and running with it and seeing how much money he can make, bro. I really fully believe that's what he's doing.
Two different arguments. He can do that and still get robbed.
I don't think he got
Here's
robbed.
what I was gonna tell you why I
He's
know
still
niggas
doing
in
it.
Brooklyn want his head, bro. This is how I know niggas in Brooklyn want his head. I'm low key dry snitching, but you know what? They know I don't give a fuck. Listen, I dropped a freestyle, and everybody know I'm an artist. I dropped a little Gunn freestyle because at the time I'm thinking, oh, this nigga 6ix9ine really blew up, making my homies in Brooklyn look good. Everybody scum gang. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a little appreciation for my homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Did the freestyle, dropped it, shouted out scum gang. My homie DM me ASAP. Big homie DM me, yo, he not scum gang. Take that shit off.
Yeah, facts.
The fuck does that tell you? Niggas in the hood don't fuck with him, bro. Only them niggas that that Treyway, them blood niggas that Treyway paying to be around him is what's holding him down. That's the reason why he can go where he can go. But at the end of the day, nigga, you walk in a certain area of Brooklyn, certain niggas don't give a fuck who's around you. They still sending shots to hit one of y'all.
Yeah, no,
Still
that's what I'm
sending
saying.
message.
That's what I'm saying.
why
Yeah.
I don't think that
So that's
he
why I
even
don't-
goes to Brooklyn anymore. I'll
He
be
don't.
real with you.
He don't. He had a show up here in Middletown. I don't even know if he did that shit.
No, he didn't.
No,
They
he
didn't
canceled.
cancel.
That shit got canceled.
That got canceled for
He's not stupid, man. He's
People-
not stupid.
people.
You feel me?
He knows
not-
he's faking
not
the whole
dumb.
thing, and he's like, oh fuck, now I can't go back to New York.
He not dumb, bro.
But it
But
doesn't
at the same
matter
time, he
because
is
he's
dumb.
making so much fucking money. What is a house to him anyway? Why the fuck would you live in Brooklyn if you're making that money?
That's why, in my opinion, in about a year, he gonna fade out in the U.S. and they gonna start making money overseas with that little redhead bitch that said, "Catch me outside." That's all that little bitch do. She popping, but she popping overseas. She making her money in like Europe and shit.
I think 6ix9ine's issue is he's smart enough, just enough, to get himself into trouble.
No facts.
That's what he did. I think Josh is on the right track. I think he got employed, and he was running with it, and then he fucked up, put his foot in his mouth, and he's like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, I think
And
some
now
pe-
everybody wants to get him. So
I think some people jacked him because he was being
wouldn't be
fake.
surprised.
Or honestly, I think he stopped paying some people off.
It could be either or.
I think it's a
ain't
little bit
gonna
of
take away
both.
that.
yeah, no,
variable.
exactly. I
It
don't-
could be
I
some
either
people
or.
in Brooklyn who just don't fuck with him because I
But
can
I feel
totally see
like
that. But I feel like it could be also some people who just stopped paying off because how did they know that he had $1 million jewelry in that apartment building? Which you guys are saying he doesn't live in Brooklyn.
Niggas
He at least
in the
has
hood talk, bro.
he at
Niggas
least
in the hood
he at least
watch.
has a place in Brooklyn that
So
he
he
has
got
his shit.
robbed in his house.
No, he got kidnapped. They were outside his place, and then he had to call his girl and be like, "Yo, get the jewelry out the place. I'm across the street. They have me at gunpoint. They pistol whipped me. All this bullshit, all that stuff like that." She brought the jewelry out. He got out of the car. Then he went straight to the hospital.
So, I think.
So he definitely at least has a place in Brooklyn. He may not be living there all the time. But he's got a place with $1 million. With $1 million
He's
jewelry.
probably walking around with like a cloak on and shit like that. Like,
yeah, I don't believe that because there would be fucking videos.
There was a video
of him walking around in Brooklyn.
At least there's a video for this, and there's a police like investigation going on.
Okay, but there would be videos every day of him walking to his apartment where his girl apparently is staying in Brooklyn. People would be seeing this guy every day. Wouldn't have just. I don't know, man. I don't buy it.
It's not a regular thing to see a nigga with rainbow hair. It's very convenient. I don't know. If I see somebody with rainbow hair, I'm be like, yo, that's 6ix9ine?
Yeah, for real.
Yo, is that 6ix9ine right there?
People who have their hair like that right now, I've seen it. People are like, yo, 6ix9ine, like making jokes. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just don't believe it. I don't believe in that. Especially because he went back on it. Dude, somebody who's like, okay, somebody's like, I don't know, I think it's fake. You're not going to be like, yo, I can't believe you guys would all say this is fake. You're going to just be I'm not even going to respond because why would anybody think this is fake? That's so fucking dumb.
I'm just saying that excuse is like saying the excuse of like
guilty thing that people do.
The excuse of like the neighbors would take videos of him all day. That's like saying Drake's neighbors would take videos of him all day just because Drake's the neighbor.
Boy,
New York City is
the hood, bro.
1 million or 7 million people. My fault.
Yeah,
7 million people. People who live in Brooklyn don't just they only see their neighbors, bro. You know what I mean? People are walking by on the streets every day that don't even live in that area. That's not what it is.
I know, but I get. But when there's someone that's around.
I said he's
going to
get recorded because there are 7 million people that live there. Somebody's going to recognize him
and get hype.
And get extremely
and get hype and be like, oh.
And so my other thing is too. Damn it! Now you got me off track. But you got me back on the recording shit. I just was on another thing.
I don't know. I just feel like if you're around somewhere like regularly, I don't feel like people are gonna.
Bro, his neighbors in Brooklyn are not like, "What's up, Tekashi? I'm not gonna bother you. You're a celebrity."
It's not like that. And even if
like Jerry Seinfeld lives in the city, even if he can get away with it because people aren't chasing down. He's not a pop culture icon.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say was, if
he is, but he's not like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
People aren't like. Teeny boppers going crazy over Seinfeld. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the same conversation. Bro would have video on him. It's very convenient, I feel like. And I'm sorry, it's one of those guilty things. You don't be like, hey man, this isn't fake. If it's not fake, I don't know, you know? Something that Trump does all the time. We don't believe him when he says it.
Again, you saw the article at a later date than when I saw it. When I saw it just from the robbery first. You saw it after people already accused him of faking it, so he had to defend himself.
Boy, but why did he even defend himself is my point.
And that's what I was going to say.
That's a sign of guilt.
No, that's because he lies all the time about other stuff.
And he was practically...
Okay, and so if he lies about everything, why believe him now?
Exactly. And what I was going to say was...
And him saying it, I'm sorry, dude, it just doesn't make sense. You don't go out and be like in denial about things if you don't have to be. That's a sign of guilt.
And he was begging for sympathy when he brought up XXXTentacion talking about some, that just like my friend X, that could have been me. I'm like, nigga.
Yeah, no, that was some bullshit. I was
like, nigga. And then, like I said, it's too much of a coincidence the fact that this shit happens and then he drops a fucking single with Nicki Minaj. I'm not hearing that shit, bro.
Yeah, but that single was planned.
I'm not hearing that.
The single was planned. That single was already going to be... The
single was planned with a publicity stunt behind it.
Yeah.
I don't... You don't...
It's too coincidental, bro.
Yeah, but there's a difference. There's a different...
When 50 got shot 9 times, did he drop an album the next day or the same day, or did he drop an album like a year later? He dropped an album a year later talking about this shit.
Not even. It was 5 months.
And when Kim Kardashian got robbed, was she like... And people were like, "Oh, it's probably fake."
Yeah, did she drop like
say it? Was she like,
"Did she drop a new?
Guys, I can't believe you would say this."
A new App Store game or something like. She didn't drop something.
Yeah. No, actually, I think Kanye delayed his album or some shit.
Yeah, or no, he
canceled his
tour.
That's something to believe.
Believable.
It wasn't Kim K got robbed and then Kanye dropped the single. Like it was like
no.
Because then niggas would have been like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like.
Yeah,
you
where
want
the
us to
fuck are
feel
his
bad for you, but then
priorities
go
at?
buy your single? That's too sus.
Dude, you get robbed twice.
Why the fuck you think
It's
this
too-
nigga 6ix9ine and Nicki Minaj song nigga hit?
Apple.
The
I think
video
it's
hit
apples
3
and
mil.
oranges.
The video hit 3 mil in a day.
Kim Kardashian isn't trying to put up a street persona. I think he is, so he's got to be out there for the marketing afterwards.
Yo, that shit just blows my mind.
Yo, if he was walking around in Brooklyn and had an apartment there where his girl was staying at, that all of his jewelry was at,
He would have got robbed 2 months
it would have
ago.
already
Months
happened.
ago,
Yeah.
excuse me. Not
And,
even 2
and
months
people
ago,
would be
months ago.
seeing him, man. Where in Brooklyn?
And I know
is he
where in
living?
Brooklyn he
Because you could
stay
say
at.
he lives in the nice areas of Brooklyn, but guess what? Then
He
people
lives
are
in Bushwick.
definitely seeing
Well,
him.
he's from Bushwick. I don't know if he still
Yeah,
lives there.
all
but
those
he's originally
hipsters
from
walking
Bushwick.
around probably being like, "Oh, look at this celebrity."
Bushwick is not that. Bushwick is not the hood, but at the same time, it's in the middle of all the mix-up because Bushwick. Let's say Bushwick is in the middle. You got Canarsie.
Yeah.
You got fucking. You got Flatbush. Then you got fucking. Shit, I'm trying to remember the.
I'm
fucking-
just
the hood.
saying you're not snitching on your crew if it's not real. You're not snitching on your crew to the police if it's not real.
What do you mean?
He's going to the police and saying, I think it's an inside job. You're not going to the police saying, hey, I think these guys, my own people, robbed me unless it's real.
Listen, the nigga who supposedly stole his chain put up a video talking shit. If the cops wanted to find him, they would have had his ass in custody by now.
Easily.
When has the cops ever in New York done stuff on time?
Nigga, what? Bro, come on, man. Don't play dumb.
Yeah, I just feel like it's fake, and I don't know, dude. It's even more
I don't
convenient
know.
for
I
him
think
to be
what,
like,
don't know,
what
you
I am to, what I
think
do
it was
know
an
is that
inside job,
I feel we're all going to agree or disagree on this one.
Yeah, we're not going to agree on
And
this one.
see
like the
what
Floyd
the
Mayweather
then
in
incoming
50.
weeks happen.
Nah, facts.
Yeah, well, no, we'll never find out about this because he's gonna keep lying and being fake for the rest of his career.
You can't say that. He might get found. Like, he might get exposed one day.
Yeah, like if what you're saying is
Dude, the
real,
exposure is there.
if what you're saying is real, the police are going to arrest him for making a fake police report.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
not
saying.
That's why we're doing it
necessarily
for
true.
them.
Yeah, facts.
Well,
We are your research.
How do you prove that somebody didn't get jumped?
well, they say they have footage of it. They have security footage.
I was
that
actually
they
looking it
obtained.
up just so you guys know, because I was curious.
Yeah, they have security
In
footage.
America, the average time you call on a camera is 75 times a day.
At least.
At least.
But there's
Well, I said
security cam
average.
footage of this
Yeah.
that the police have. That's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
so they have security cam footage. So, okay, maybe what if they set up the fight then?
True.
Got to make it look real, man. And it's convenient for him to say it's an inside job. Why not?
Very.
Stems the
So
investigation.
so now you're saying he needs to type so bad that he's now paying his people to beat him up and then telling the police that they did it.
it could be.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. That doesn't even
Why not?
that doesn't even make sense.
Because that is the craziest thing
even
I've
if
ever heard in
Everything
my
about him is
life.
fake.
Yeah, no, but there's a difference between being fake and that's just
I want to
crazy.
see if he said it was an inside job. Either way, it doesn't matter. That's just accusation. He thinks it's an inside job. But you're saying to me that there's footage of him getting beat up.
No, there's no. The police have security footage. That's why I heard.
So there's no footage that exists of him getting beat up then.
The police
So then
haven't
never
released
mind.
it. The police haven't released it.
It could be fake then.
I'm,
Oh man, if there was footage, it'd be on the internet already.
No,
Yeah.
Not if the police obtained it.
Hell
Well, too,
yes, if
yeah,
the police
nah.
obtained it.
No, because that's...
Where's the security footage coming from?
Probably one of the apartment buildings.
You think one of those apartment buildings isn't going to sell it to TMZ before they give it to the fucking police?
Apparently they didn't.
I don't agree.
Apparently they didn't, bro. I don't know what to tell you. That's you want to like negate the fact that the police have.
I don't think they do.
Because they said they have security footage. So when with the NYPD is now lying,
Wow. 5 hours ago, Tekashi 6ix9ine's alleged chain snatcher says that it was a marketing stunt. Suck my dick. This is literally the first article that comes up. The chain snatcher revealed it was a marketing stunt.
well then he's just stupid. Wait, where's the source?
On that note,
What's the source? If it's Shade Room, I'm not listening to it. If it's Shade Room, I don't give a fuck what it
It's
says.
there are
If it's not a reputable source, I'm not listening to it.
the blast. I don't know what the fuck that is.
That's not a reputable source.
Oh come on! Don't be that guy with the fake news bullshit.
That is fake. If
Read
it's
the
not-
article first.
If it's not a reputable, I've never heard of the fucking blast. If it's not the Guardian, if it's not New York Times, if it's not fucking something real.
A1 Peeps is the guy who allegedly stole the chain, right? He spoke with these people. They had an interview with him.
See, that's how I know our fucking phones are listening to us at all times, man, because there's no reason why that fucking article should have first popped up on Josh's phone.
Yeah.
It's not listening. Why?
Government, stop.
How is that?
Listen to my
How is
fucking
that? Bro, I
conversations,
Googled it.
dick.
I googled Tekashi 6ix9ine. Of course, it's the first thing that's gonna come
Oh,
up.
you looked up Tekashi 6ix9ine? I thought you like opened up like
I know
like
what you're talking about.
or some
Because
shit.
before I got my new car, I was just talking about getting a Lexus, my nigga. And I'm scrolling through Instagram, and then what's the first ad I see? Oh, look at this brand new 2018 Lexus. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, y'all niggas listening to my shit?
But then you're like, yo, this is a nice car though.
But yeah, facts.
What kind of car?
I was talking about getting a Lexus when I was getting my new car, and I literally go on Instagram and I'm just scrolling through, and then I see a Lexus ad, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that was too
Happens to me
coincidental.
all the fucking time, especially with Amazon.
Oh, okay. The chain snatcher himself was a marketing stunt. He had a fake chain that looked like 6ix9ine's was like, this is my chain. Alright, I stole it from 6ix9ine.
And he's saying I'm saying fake news because I don't want to believe a
But the article is real.
He just misconstrued.
yeah, but
The article had a baited fucking what's it called?
you went for the headline.
That was a smart idea. I should have did that. I should have said I took that shit.
Because he's a jeweler. He's a jeweler. The guy makes
Word,
jewelry.
clickbait like a mug. Just get a fake version.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't.
Like, yeah, nigga, I stole your chain.
This
My
is
shit would have went up.
become like an official investigation. This isn't like games anymore.
I don't believe that either, though. That it's an official investigation. People say shit, bro.
The police are saying it. You're saying the NYPD is lying.
Where did they say that?
NYPD can be paid.
Well, yeah.
Facts.
But
Especially by Universal, just saying. Not to throw y'all under the bus and put y'all business out there, but
we know you. We know what you did in LA. We know what you did to Biggie.
I don't go that far. I'm not trying to get shot.
We know what you did to Biggie.
I don't know what he talking about.
Suge, I know what you did, Suge.
All I'm saying is y'all foo-foo.
No, see, bro, nothing I'm reading here says that
Suge's
the
gonna kill me.
police were involved at all. It just says sources.
All the radio reporting I've heard from like Hot 97 Breakfast Club, they have police reports.
I want to see the police report.
Well, listen to Breakfast Club or Hot 97 after this.
This is a perfect example, ladies and gentlemen, of what you call a boy who cried wolf. Because this shit could be fucking true, but we can't believe this nigga because he always fucking lying.
That's the core of this issue.
Why the fuck you lying?
So let's move on to the next topic because we're never gonna agree on this.
6ix9ine.
The next topic, next celebrity topic before we get into the last two nerdy things. Demi Lovato OD'd.
Oh my god, I know, I saw
she's
that. That
crazy.
broke my damn heart. She's so fucking beautiful. I seen some shit that says she's suffering with like bulimia and like personal issues with like her appearance. Girl, if you don't stop fucking playing and work that nice ass you got, I don't know what the hell wrong with her, man. If you need a man to love you, girl, just holler at me. Come on, MC, just holler at me. She's fine.
Mental health is a very serious topic.
No, it's very serious. But my thing is, like, when you got millions of people that look up to you, like, what more motivation do you need? I mean, I guess everybody's
it's
different.
hard.
Bro, that's a heavy burden to carry. You got the weight of the world looking up at you.
It is.
Not even when you have
I feel like only if you
Not even what?
No, it is. It is. But
it would be a burden though.
On a completely separate thing, when you have depression, like
That's why
your mind just works differently. Like you're in a dark place. It doesn't matter.
They want you to get on heroin.
It doesn't matter.
Seriously.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Painkillers is the new
They said
fucking
she
crack.
overdosed on something else, but it wasn't heroin.
Probably fentanyl in the heroin.
They said it wasn't heroin, but it was. She did OD though.
Let's Google it.
Yeah, it was. That's just.
probably
The article
fentanyl.
that I read said it was heroin, right in the title.
Yeah, that's what I read originally on Baller Alert, but then they updated it and said that family sources or close sources like denied the heroin. Said she did overdose, but it wasn't heroin, and they didn't say exactly what it was.
Let's vet our sources.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go check sources.
To the sources.
But yeah, no, it's like obviously there's the stress of having everyone look at you, but then obviously when you have depression, there's other stuff you're battling with at the time, and you never know. Like that's why it's always just sad. And actually, which I didn't want to bring this up today, but I'll just bring it up. Side note about Mr. Butch Hartman creating Oaxis. So we talked about this, and I found this panel footage of him. Well, I've listened to his podcast.
Bitch Hartman.
I've heard this one clip, which I'll get back to later. But he did this panel where he was talking about Oaxis. He was talking about like, you know what, the media corrupts your mind. Depression and suicide's up because he's basically blamed the media for suicide and depression. I'm just like,
I agree.
Well, I agree. Well,
about 50% though, not wholehearted. Like it's not all media's fault.
Well, here's my only issue with it. So he was like, OX is going to be a place away from that. On his podcast a couple months earlier, he joked about how he made a joke about the way or the I don't know the proper wording, the situation in which the initial Timmy Turner voice actress killed herself. So he's like he's trying to market this thing. I'm family friendly. I'm holier than thou. I'm better. Like this is better than everything. And then he joked it like y'all are the reason why suicide impression's up. But he's joking about suicide 2 months later for like the person who started his #1 show.
That's fucking crazy.
Who was the voice actress for his #1 show.
Hold on, but the voiceover for Timmy Turner, she killed herself?
Yeah, so she was a voice actress.
What?
So here's the joke. He was
I didn't
talking.
even know that.
So he's like, he was talking with Tara Strong, who has been the voice actress as we know it, because they redubbed the pilot after she passed away, and they got picked up by Nickelodeon.
Okay.
But so he was joking like, yeah, unfortunately she passed away, and then Tara Strong, the voice actor, was like, she was very prolific, super great. It was super sad. And then Butch just makes an offhanded joke. He's like, yeah, I wonder if you had something to do with that. And then Tara's just like, ugh. And at the time, I didn't know she killed herself.
Wow.
But then now it's just like you're kind of insinuating that Tara took the light from her, and then it made her kill herself.
That's fucking.
And it goes back to it kind of goes back to the James Gunn thing.
Bitch Hartman got the zingers.
And it kind of goes back to the James Gunn thing. If he wants to be a comedian and be like, I was just trying to make a joke, whatever, but then don't do this bullshit of like, I'm trying to make Hollywood great again and like fuck all this. They're making everyone suicide and depressed. Like, bitch, you're trying to make money.
Yeah.
You're trying to profit off depression and suicide.
That's what happens when you're bitch.
Yeah.
You're evil.
I don't fuck with Butch Hartman. And then he's saying his fans can't criticize him because they didn't do anything. They just funded your whole entire streaming service. Shut
Hartman.
the fuck up, Butch Hartman.
Bitch.
So Demi Lovato did not OD on heroin.
Yeah, no, I read that too.
Well, I'm telling the audience, asshole.
Yeah.
Thank you. The cops on scene gave her Narcan, or the EMTs, whatever, gave her Narcan, which is to counter effects of opioids. She recently had an issue with cocaine, Oxycontin, that she was having issues with years ago, and her friends say that she fell off the wagon, so its chances are what it could have been. But
Opioids
it was not heroin because of the Narcan.
Telling you, man, those prescription pills.
Opiates are a serious issue.
It's a new crack.
Bad.
Especially, and if you have depression, you'll use. I don't want to assume that she has depression, but obviously, if she has bulimia, there's probably some sort of depression in there that causes it. And she's obviously, I don't want to say obviously. It seems like, from my perspective, and from what I know with people that have a similar situation, she's using drugs to cope with it.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's why a lot of people smoke marijuana.
That's why, kids, you should always drink the green bottles.
Always here to lighten the mood, Josh.
Promote the alcoholism. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Sprite.
Yeah, it's sad. All right.
This guy.
All right, but yeah, I hope the best for her. I hope she gets better.
no, facts. You'll find ass. Get better.
And
Thanks.
hope you get help. 2 topics left, both nerdy. Let's blow through them. First one is about Mac. They just released their new MacBook Pro.
Fuck Max.
Yeah, no, they don't even want to talk about this. Fuck Apple.
Well, you're gonna like this because they've been.
Fuck Apple, but you got an iPhone in your hand.
They throttled the.
Look at it, bro. Look at how shitty it is. It's cracked. It deletes my contacts. It does not work. No. Yes, I have a. I have a piece
for Apple. Send me my free MacBook Pro.
I have regret in my hand. That's what I'm holding right now.
What Apple did, they released these new powerful machines, but then they don't have the design or the heat distribution to actually properly heat it. So they throttle the performance. They have to throttle the performance. So you're paying extra for pretty much not too much performance boost.
Well, I wouldn't know about Mac, but like PC, can you go in there and overthrottle it?
No. I mean, they already overclock it.
I don't even know what this
internally in the motherboard and all that stuff. But it just like as soon as it hits a certain heat percentage, it just stops at a certain point.
Okay, and they're
stops
like working or it slows down.
Let's skip this topic by ending off with Apple sucks.
And they try to fix it with a software update, but I'm just saying I don't think a software update fixes
But that's why
I paid for shit I ain't getting.
I'm gonna get a desktop computer. I'm done with laptops, man.
I need a laptop. I need something mobile editing.
There's
PC.
nothing
That's
good
your
about
rich
Apple
PC.
anymore.
That's your
Nothing
rich
good about them. Your fucking customer service is shit.
Yeah, Josh
Y'all
had a bad
don't know what
experience
the
today.
fuck you're even doing. That's what pisses me off.
The only reason I'm still
They're
with
like,
Apple
you're
is
gonna
'cause
have
of
to
their
see
And
a
they're called like
genius
Apple
applications.
Wizards or some
Logic.
bullshit.
It's on PC now,
Yo,
bro.
They
Apple
literally
Wizards
have to
would be
see
fine.
an
Logic-
Apple genius
Logic
to
X Pro
tell me
is on
the same
PC.
Like
shit.
Apple
No.
brand
No,
Wizards.
it's not.
Prove it.
No, it's
All
not.
right, I'm off this.
Logic.
Yeah,
All right.
Logic is
I'm
definitely
off
not.
this, guys. I gotta pee again.
You done with
Alright,
Apple?
listen, go ahead.
All right, so then we're gonna move on to the next topic without you. The last topic without you.
No, just stick
Goodbye.
around, Josh. It's right there.
All right, so last topic. So Nintendo is suing two emulator websites.
They're getting ready.
$125,000 each game. $2 million for
Damn.
$2 million for each trademark infringement.
Oh my god, what
So
is that?
think
Like,
about it.
how much money is that?
It's probably tens of millions of dollars. Because you gotta think Super Mario
Gotta
Brothers
be
is
a
a
trillion, boy.
Super Mario Brothers is a trademark.
That's bread.
Imagine how many Super Mario Brothers they have on it. Legend of Zelda is a trademark. That's $2 million.
Pokemon.
Then you gotta think about how many games. It's $125,000 each game. Not even
That's what
including
I'm
the
saying. That's a lot of fucking money.
Separating
bro.
the trademarks with the game is making even that's wild.
That just gave me a headache. I don't even know
word?
that
They're
this
getting ready.
existed that
Does it,
big.
so wait, does that
Nobody's
so, like,
getting sued,
people
man.
who
they
people
are.
who personally have
Nobody's
them
actually getting
get
sued, though.
They are though.
No, but nobody's gonna lose any money. They're just gonna take down the fucking shit from their websites.
Well, yeah, but
They're
that's
gonna
still,
cease and desist.
Yeah, but that's still well, no, they could actually get into seriously.
Well, you
They're
know
not
what?
gonna,
Yo,
though.
that's
They just want
it
everybody to
depends.
shut down their emulator websites because they're doing the online service in September.
You
That's
know
gonna
what
have
they're
the
probably
game.
gonna
Found out there was
do?
any distribution for money. It's over.
In all honesty, though, what they're gonna
Well,
do, or
I
I
mean-
can see now, even after that, they're just gonna take the emulator code, put it on the dark web.
What? No,
Boom.
Jesus! Don't go on the dark web, guys.
Yeah, please don't. I've heard too much bad things.
Yeah,
about
don't go on the
You're-
dark
you're-
web, but that's what's gonna
if you
happen.
go on
They're
the
gonna
dark web,
sell
you're
on
on-
the dark web, and they're gonna add to the dark web cycle.
Well, here's my issue.
And
with
then
it.
nobody will make fucking.
Here's my issue with
Nobody
it.
will do it because nobody's gonna go that far to get
You, th-
fucking games.
you think? Here's my problem with it, though. It's not like they own all those games. Like they don't own all. I guess I mean, their license agreement in the '90s was shady, so they technically could own the rights to all those.
They
games.
have the licensing for all of those games.
But
That's
I think-
all.
That's all that
It-
matters.
Here's a legal
not
ramifications.
even all of them. So there's a lot of unlicensed companies for the
Well,
Nintendo. So
Either
that's why-
way, I think I read into this. A lot of these websites are getting taken down because they're using like their IPs and their stuff for their websites. The way they're designed and stuff, like they're using Mario and shit on their websites. You
Well,
can't
no,
do that.
they're mad about the emulators also. They're just trying to.
Yeah, well, the emulators and like a big part of it is using their shit. Because they're using that as evidence because they're just trying to get rid of the emulators. It makes sense.
Yeah.
They're about to launch a huge online service that's going to give everybody their games.
Well, that's my problem. They're not giving all the games. They just
Yeah.
physically can't. They just physically they're not big enough to do all the games.
They will, eventually. I think it'll get there.
Yeah.
I have belief in it.
Well, no, those companies. Some of those companies just don't exist anymore. Like
Yeah, but
they're not gonna get those games. They're not gonna get those games back.
I see what you're saying.
Because
Yeah.
other people
There's
own
nobody
it.
to
You know,
sue.
it's like there's not like
Yeah.
there's no way for them to get those games.
What games are you specifically
I mean,
speaking of?
so let's look at Tetris, the Tengen version of Tetris. That wasn't even an official
Okay,
Nintendo
so-
game. Let's talk about
Tengen
Little-
Tetris.
Little Samson.
No one cares.
No, people who care about the retro community love Tengen Tetris. Little Samson, that's not a Nintendo game. That's a very popular NES game that people want to play. That's commonly emulated because it's a $500 cartridge.
Sheesh.
So I don't.
Wow.
But like, I don't think.
Flintstones.
So they don't own it though, right? So then what is it affecting? They can still post those emulators if Nintendo doesn't own them.
they're taking down all the emulators because of the license agreement. They could technically take down all the
There's a
emulators.
Nintendo cartridge for that.
So,
game.
Tengen Tetris is different, but they're just taking down all. If you're gonna take down like what's one game at that point?
Oh well, no, that's not. You just said it has a big fan base. Leave it up. What?
Yeah, no, but there's
I've seen
more
some of
games.
these emulator companies are just taking down like their Nintendo stuff, and everything else is staying up.
All right, that's what
I don't think it's gonna kill it at all. I think that people are still gonna have fucking emulators for games that are hard to acquire. Mother 3 is a great example. Nobody's ever gonna fucking. That's gonna be emulated forever. People will keep building websites and posting it.
Well, not if
Nintendo
Nintendo-
can't keep up with it forever.
Well, if what you're saying is
I
what
feel like
they're
they have
doing,
enough money, too.
they directly own Mother 3, so they're gonna pull that. If what you're saying is true, they're gonna pull that eventually.
It is true, but they can't stop it
Yeah, they can.
indefinitely. No, they can't.
If they want
Just
to.
like any software that exists out there, you can't stop it from indefinitely not existing on the internet.
Oh yeah, you can make it extremely hard.
You can make it extremely hard, but people will still figure out a way. And if there's enough demand,
Again,
it'll get
dark
easier.
web.
That's the thing. It's all based on demand. If it's demanded enough, it will get easier for people to find it. You can stop it to an extent, but
They
that
ain't
just
stopping us from
listen.
drinking alcohol.
So let's say
They ain't gonna stop us from playing video games.
exactly. If one person posts it, sure, easy to stop. But let's say 1,000 people are doing it every day,
Facts.
because that's all they care about, which is a total possibility for a lot of these games, especially a game like Mother. It's a huge fan base. They have people who are going out and translating these games and making new versions of them. You think
yeah,
it's going
but
to stop people from
But if they're pulling,
reposting and making new websites?
if they're pulling
blocking
it,
their
then
IP
yeah.
addresses and
To reference music, it's kind of like whenever someone samples a song.
I was just about to say that.
Because there's a Pokemon Radiation game now, which I personally love. And yeah, Pokemon get crossed with radiation shit. You can get nuclear Pokemon and shit. It's
Exactly.
a fucked up game.
totally got taken down, but you can still play it.
Yep. But, it's been changed so much that Nintendo can't even do shit about that shit. And shit like that's going to exist.
Facts.
Forever. Forever and ever.
And I know y'all seen the games where it's like, it's a Pokemon game, but they'll call it like Monsters Revenge. But
And
you're,
so-
you're obviously a Pokemon trainer battling
Well, that's
Pokemon.
different. That's
To
different.
bring it full
but no,
cycle.
that
It goes
actually
back to Lucas.
Pokemon Uranium. That's what you're talking about, and that's a really good
Yes.
example because they got a cease and desist. They had to take down. But you know what happened? Somebody who
What
had
did
already
you battle,
downloaded
like
the ROM.
Fukushima Stadium or something?
Oh, it was fucking awesome. You should check it out. Go
No,
play
somebody who already
it. If you're a
downloaded the
Pokemon
ROM
fan, look that shit up.
just reposted it. So yeah, the original creators can't work on it anymore, and they can't
God
post it
damn.
anymore. But somebody who downloaded it is just gonna repost it.
Once it's on
And
the
then
internet,
once somebody else
forever on
gets
the
it,
internet.
yeah, somebody
You
else is
can't
just
beat
gonna
the
repost
internet.
it. And this is that Twitter
Yeah,
shit I was
that's
talking
for a
about.
reason.
That's why you got to get your shit deleted before you
We got
become
one before we
famous,
are many.
because you can't be like what's his name, who got fired from Marvel, or I mean,
Yeah, Marvel Guardians of the
yeah,
Galaxy.
Marvel
going on.
Guardians of the Galaxy, because even if he had fucking deleted it, he had probably had to do it within the time frame of before he started those movies. Because all
Yeah.
it takes is one screenshot and then it's immortalized.
Facts.
Well, he had plenty of
Forever.
time. He had plenty of time. He took those tweets in 2009. The first movie didn't come out until 2014.
Exactly,
which
he
means
had
didn't-
plenty of time, but my point is that all it takes is one screenshot.
Yeah.
All it takes is one person to save that information somewhere else.
And it's over.
And that's
My
exactly
thing is,
why
though-
Nintendo's only doing cloud saves and doesn't let you back up their Switch games to a fucking computer like everyone else does.
No one else does like to do that.
Well, you could back up your save data. That's what I'm saying. You can't back up your save data for the Switch.
Well, yeah, but that
And they're
doesn't-
gonna add it, and it's gonna be cloud only based. But other
Or it's gonna have
companies
people
let
playing
you
Switch
back
games
up
on the
your
computer.
save data to actual physical things.
Not anymore. The Xbox One is strictly cloud now. I don't know about the PS4, but I know.
PS4 definitely does, and so does PC for sure.
Well, yeah. But, no, PC does cloud too now with Steam. Everything's cloud saves.
No, there are definitely other companies that, because it's a big debate, that Switch is only doing cloud saves, which is okay, but it's not. It's because they're trying to prevent people from making copies.
In
of
my
that shit.
opinion, not to get too off track, in my opinion, that's better because the SD card shit, in my opinion, is stupid. Like, I bought an SD card for my Switch. That shit does not work, like, for nothing. Like, I download a game on the fucking SD card, it won't play. Gives me, like, the...
What? Then,
What? You got a
yeah,
bad
it sounds
SD
like
card.
you got a bad
It's-
SD card.
You got a shitty SD card, bro.
I formatted the shit and all that. I don't
How
know.
many?
How
what-
fast was it? Did you get a fast one? Did you get a fast card?
Yeah, the card is like, what, like 32 gigs?
No, speed of the card, not.
Oh,
amount
and
of
yeah,
gigs.
32
Oh.
gigs is not a good sign for the
It's not
Switch.
32, I'm zooted. It's like 160 something. I'm confused. It's like 160 something.
I don't know. A lot of those 160 somethings ones, if you found it for cheap, they're not really 160 something.
And
I'm-
on top of that, too,
I'm talking
the
about-
I mean,
speed,
I ain't
the
paid
read,
cheap
the
for it. I
read
got
and
it on
write
Amazon.
speed
That's what I'm
of the
talking.
card.
That's what I keep talking about.
The read and
read
write speed of the card has to be it has to be a higher number for the Switch for it to play right.
Yeah.
I figured that. But
Yeah, you need to like buy the Nintendo proprietary little SD cards that they have. They're like $60.
No,
Yeah,
they have it on their website. Just get the SanDisk, whatever.
But that's the
Yeah,
thing,
it's
though.
a
The one I
SanDisk,
have,
but
the one
they
I have
have
is a
it, like,
SanDisk. It's just
if you
not
go
red
into the
like the
store,
ones that
it's-
they sell for the Switch. It's the orange and white one. So I don't know if it's.
Nah, it's
if
probably
that's
not the
difference.
same.
no, I got the orange and red one. That one's fire. That's the extreme edition.
Yeah, the Extreme is the way to go.
I don't even have an SD card in my Switch.
How do you turn it on?
What do you mean? You don't need one.
I can't even play Fortnite right now. I'm trying to update Fortnite, but I need space.
I got it, man.
Oh, you
I got
Fortnite?
Fortnite.
It's lit.
It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, it's alright. You just can't play by yourself. It's boring as shit.
No, I'm
Nah,
fine.
bro. I got 5 wins in solo now.
Oh, you're
I'm getting
wild.
up there,
I can't
bro.
play by myself.
He's getting
I don't be
gassed.
that
I can
bored
play
anymore.
solo.
Solo is, I think,
I like
honestly,
playing solo better.
solo is so much
I
fun.
heard they brought back Playground though for the new season.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It's pretty lit. And they added go-karts.
They're not fast though.
No, they're not. But
They got boosts.
They're not fast though.
yeah, they're not fast with boost.
What do you want, bro?
I want. You said you want something. Thank you.
I want Halo,
PUBG,
nigga.
dog.
He was PUBG, but
Like it's like they added a golf cart and you're like, yeah, but they're not fast enough golf cart. But they have a boost
God.
on them. That's what I don't
Yo,
understand. So they're
can we
already
talk- yeah, but
faster
the-
than what
yeah,
qualifies
but
for a golf cart.
The boost is kind of dumb. You got to do like the curve thing to make it boost.
Still, what my
So
point
I gotta
is,
play Mario Kart while I'm playing Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. You got.
Yeah,
Well-
drift to get my boost.
Yo,
Yeah.
and then
Yo,
you
y'all
gotta build a
complain-
ramp to
like,
jump the
you are,
motherfucker
like,
to get
that's
up
like-
over through the canyon, and then
y'all
you know,
like somebody gave you
suck
cookies
at
and you're
building a
complaining
Fortnite.
that they're
dude,
chocolate
that's-
chip and not
I just
oatmeal
started getting
raisin.
really good at it.
Free
Yo,
cookies, bro.
trash.
I'm
Yeah,
starting
like
getting
free
really good at
cookies.
it. I can build up, like,
just
get
cookies,
somewhere
but
really
free
quick.
Somebody
and build
gave you
myself
free pizza and you're
around
like,
there.
oh, this has
It's just
pepperoni.
learning how to battle.
I'm like that.
I'm
with
like
the
how to
that
set
is-
yourself up to build yourself your own thing to battle and through around it and how to.
No, first of all,
Yeah.
no, and actually different analogy because he wanted vehicles in Fortnite. So it's like being hungry and somebody brings pizza and you complain that it
It's
has
not spaghetti.
pepperoni.
Yeah,
Yeah.
word, or something like that. Yeah.
Word, wouldn't you?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would eat that shit.
I'm fucking with you.
Because it's
I'll
good
be-
either way.
Yeah.
Just like the golf carts are fun, but what do you want? Maybe one day they'll add a motorcycle or something. But like
Vroom, vroom.
they put in shopping carts. It broke the game. They put in the golf carts and we played and they had to like shut down for a second. And I'm pretty sure it's because they broke the game.
Well, you know
you gotta
what?
think the whole game is a beta test. They don't fucking
I don't.
test shit. They just add it to the game and go,
Go ahead.
all right, we'll have 1 million people fucking test this shit.
I don't know. It's
All right, peace out.
All right, wait, let's just
Bye,
end this
Dusty.
then. Let's just end this then before Dusty try to leave. My bad. Let's just try to leave. So this is episode 25. This has been an almost 2-hour-long podcast.
I know.
Yeah, you
Too
bastard.
long.
I'm
Bro,
Matt.
it's
I'm Matt.
8:30.
I'm Matt. Who are you?
Fuck you.
Who are you?
Ball, nigga.
Dusty B.
JT.
And I'm Matt from Denny's Sake. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff.
Nah, I just had to pee, bro.